Are you done, Mike? We're about to do a show. Hello, Mike.
Yeah, you forgot to stop talking.
Hello, audience. Hello, this is another episode of Roast Mortem. My name is Tom.
I am a Travis.
I am your Cody for the evening.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah, we
already know who you are, Mike, because you're just chatting it up while we're trying to get ready
Sorry.
for the show. Just, oh, look at me.
I had too much CBD. My
Gotta
bad.
leave it clear for Tom to get his dick in the
I
door.
need to be the first one heard in this podcast because if I am not,
Always.
all of our listeners,
The ninnies.
they're going to turn off whatever they're listening to this podcast on, possibly throw it out the window.
Some people listen while they're driving. That's not responsible, Mike. You could
sorry.
cost lives.
I believe there was one episode where Tom made me intro it, and it was just god awful. Cody, you intro this, and I'm just like mouth makes sound.
I mean, like, nothing personal, guys, but it's important that I'm the first one. And all joking aside, because there's something about when people hear my voice, they get excited, and they're like, oh, if they hear Cody, it's
got
like,
gravitas.
well, this guy knows a lot of stuff, but... And, like, if Travis were to do it, they'd be like, oh, it's just noise.
You want to start over?
If I ever heard a roast mortem start with Travis's voice, I would immediately worry that Tom is dead.
Next episode, I should intro it.
Tom's funeral, the next episode.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, how is everyone's week this week, guys?
Good. Dandy.
I'm thinking about starting a yacht rock project.
What is that?
You know, like-
Yachty?
I have no idea.
No, like a Michael McDonald kind of.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Lil Yachty.
You gotta take off your pants and then put them back on.
Oh,
I can relate to that.
You should call yourself, you can't just go by Tom. You should be Captain Stabbin.
Oh, can't I?
Yeah, you can't just call yourself Tom if you're going to do that. It's Captain Stabbin.
But
True.
he somehow has more of a right to Captain Stabbin?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been my week, just thinking about how I'm going to get that off the ground, what radio stations I'm going to tackle first.
Radio.
Classic rock.
Gotta go old school, man. My audience is going to be like 50 and up.
Yeah.
Butt rock.
I might even have to put oatmeal on my face.
Next James Buffett.
Yeah.
Mike, how about your week?
It was
Yeah.
good. Did some stuff.
Sick.
Cool.
I love doing
Well
stuff.
rounded.
Yeah.
Got sick a little bit, but bounced back, It comes and goes.
Everything goes back to the great Chumbawamba thong
Thong.
tub thumping.
Song.
Exactly.
You get knocked down.
Yeah.
And then you get back up again.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Except once. There's one time where you just don't get back up.
Did anyone else own
uh,
that CD as a child?
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
that
with the
song.
baby on
Must
it.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby with the
Like
big
that
smile.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
I wonder what
I don't
sick
think-
baby that is.
I wonder what other songs were on that album.
There was one called Drip,
Yeah,
Drip,
yeah.
Drip, I remember. And that was a bad song. And then there was another one called Scapegoat, I remember.
Yeah, I think track 12 was Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I know they made any more songs than that one.
Yeah, they did it, man. The Irish go hard.
Yeah.
Travis, don't really care about your week, so why don't we get into the episode?
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Hold on, man. Here.
I care, Travis. What'd you do?
What are we
whoa,
doing?
whoa.
What is this? Put the gun down.
All I gotta say is I was driving around the suburbs around here in Beaverton,
The Burbs.
and I saw a billboard that was not like against climate change. It was against climate engineering. And it had a picture of a plane with the quote chemtrails coming out of it.
Oh,
And
it
it
is against
said-
the Geneva
It said
Convention.
like prevent climate engineering. And then it gave some website, and I didn't look it up. That's my story.
The websites end in .net.
Chemtrails. Talk to Joe Rogan; he'll know
I used to
about
think
it.
there were clouds.
Joe Rogan knows everything.
Chemtrails, they just look fun. What could they
Yeah.
possibly do? By the time it hits the Earth, it can't even do anything to you because it's just baby particles.
Dude, it's because every plane you go on, except for the ones that like you personally go on, is like a party plane. You know what I mean? Everyone's having fun on these planes, except for the ones that you order. That's the conspiracy. That's the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Mile High Club always happening. Every time you look up at a plane, Mile High Club's happening. Not for me. I had to go on the boring plane.
You getting coach, man.
Yeah.
You always get a middle seat. I know you. You actually request a middle seat.
I do.
You're a
I like
sicko.
I like my fat ass to fill the seat so I can feel the warmth of two human beings that I do not know.
Touch their legs.
Slowly take both armrests and wrap your fat pinkies around the cufflinks of who's ever next to you. If there's
You
a
know
child,
me.
you'll just pick it up and be like, let me tell you about chemtrails.
No, I'll show it. Well, I'll show this child, this young child. I say, do you know what this is? This is called an armrest. You'll never know it. You will never know what this thing does.
As long as I'm
I
around,
can imagine you just like shaking him by the collar,
you can't have it.
rattling his head against like the seat in front of you. You will never know.
Well, now people get pissed off if you
Make it
recline. What the fuck? Why do the seats recline then?
Yeah,
You're
right.
not supposed to recline. Yeah.
Supposed to take advantage of everything around you at all times.
Yeah.
So why you wouldn't be reclining, don't know. Maybe you have a sick back. Maybe you're a real sick weirdo that just needs
Sick back.
that gets off on sitting upright.
Yes.
You man spreading, Travis?
Dude, I'm human spreading, man. It goes beyond it. Like we're all humans, bro.
That
I'm
is
like
true.
cell spreading. I'm cell spreading.
Spreading
My
the love.
cells
We're all
are
humans.
dividing into your area. You understand?
Cell trails.
Yeah.
Everywhere Travis
Ooh.
walks, it's like that weird reverse Donnie Darko thing where something's happening and it's awful. We
I never
don't
understood that movie.
Kills the grass wherever he walks.
I never could figure out that movie. I never knew what the fuck it was about.
You're
I was
not-
watching that shit.
You're not
drugs.
supposed to.
What the fuck is this movie about?
You need to get into some serious literature about the realities, the multiple realities, dimensions that we are experiencing at all times.
Multiverse.
Just whizzing by us, whizzing, and then you'll get the movie.
Yeah, but that
checking it out.
rabbit is scary, spooky. Cody,
what's that
which
rabbit's
scary,
name?
spooky person are we killing today?
Thanks.
Flawless transition.
Yeah,
We're
right.
not killing, we're talking about him.
Flawless.
Travis is basically a skin segue, taking us from one area to the
Did you
next.
see those cells? The cells just sent us
Careful, everyone.
on a journey.
Yes.
Watch out if that Segway rolls over your foot. He owns it.
Every time you see a rainbow, those are my cells, dog.
Oh, sweet.
All right, Cody, he's right. though.
gross.
What are we doing tonight?
Oh, on the chopping block tonight, we have the one and only King Leopold II of Belgium. And I like how I just said one and only, and his suffix is the second. Like, shit happens. Strong start.
Was he a
I
good
love
pole
this.
dancer? I just want to get that out of the way right now.
I don't know if he was a good pole dancer. He did appreciate columns in his architecture, so maybe maybe like to grind and bump on those. But we'll see. We'll get into
Welcome
it.
to Antwerp. We have a 3-story stripper pole made entirely of diamond.
How'd you pronounce that?
Antwerp.
I heard Antwerp.
I may have said that.
Antwerp.
Antwerp.
What's
Antwerp.
Antwerp?
Antwerp.
It's a city in
Oh,
Belgium.
it's a city.
One of the
okay.
fancy cities in Belgium.
Everyone has money and they just throw it in water.
Why do they have money? Why do Belgians have so much
Waffles,
money?
man.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, waffles, Mike. I like your reasoning. Leopold II was a corrupt, shitty European king that exploited other countries for wealth and greed. He established an institution that perpetrated vast and various crimes against humanity. Not Belgian waffles, as Mike had said.
That's
Dang
a
it.
crime for humanity.
What?
That's a great crime.
It is a great crime.
It's like it's like a white lie. This is a great crime.
This is all about white lies, actually.
Ah.
It's a hefty, fat, white lie. Is anyone Belgium on this cast?
No, not me.
After reading about this guy, I was just like, woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you, Jesus, for not making me Belgium.
I feel like if I was Belgian, then I wouldn't be on the show because I have so much money.
Yeah, I'm eating waffles
Well-
somewhere.
Double-edged sword. Is that all you got rattling around in the cranium?
Just waffles over here. Well, if this helps,
Just waffles.
chocolate.
Oh, they have chocolate there too.
Yes.
Also,
yes.
Also, Tintin.
really?
Yes, it's a Belgian man.
Didn't
Hers.
know that.
Extremely progressive
Did not
place. Them and the Netherlands were some of the first to make legal gay-ass marriage, which I don't know why they would want to do that, because marriage is a terrible thing.
Yes.
Yeah, who wants to get married?
right.
Leopold Louis-Philippe Marie Victor was born April 9th, 1835 in Brussels, Belgium.
Wait, what was the date?
Leo's
Sorry,
dad is-
I just completely zoned out. I just got to know where we're at right now, man.
April 9th.
April 11th. What year?
April 9th, 1935.
1972.
1835, excuse
Oh,
me.
1878.
This is not a joke.
18.
Travis, please
35.
pay attention.
1856.
1835. Travis, come on.
1835, April 9th. Our subject of tonight was born, and he's born to Leo I, and he is literally the first king of Belgium. There's no other king for Belgium at this point in history. It's just Leopold I.
Well, they just became a country.
Yes, that's why there's no prior kings except for daddy kings.
What it used to be.
The territory used to be, what was it, French and Netherlands occupied or something like that.
Yeah,
It was this weird
the
moving
official,
territory.
The official languages of Belgium are French, German, and Dutch.
Is it
Yeah.
No,
Flanders?
is that-
Is part that was like originally a territory there too?
Yeah, Flanders joint in
so.
there. It's like, what are you guys doing in this area? Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
It's like a country.
Yeah, they made very tiny country, Mike. 12,000 square miles. So not thick, not dummy thick as you would think. Leo's dad, I said that already. Leo had one older brother who died from a childhood illness. So our subject tonight was heir apparent the moment his mom squirted him out.
Huh.
All he had to do was wait for the Belgium crown.
Wait, so his mom
Survived his
squirted?
dad. Yes, at least 2 children.
No, but like, did Leo? What
I
did
don't
Leo
know about
report? Like, "Ooh, guess what? I was my wifey was using the Hitachi, and wow!
Gave it the Jersey meat hook.
I think in total she squirted out 4. I did a little research myself, so I'm just
okay.
here to, doing
There
the
you go.
assist. 4 in total, but miserable
Awesome.
woman, really miserable woman.
Miserable.
Why? She's the queen.
You'll see.
She was mean though, Mike, because she referred to she dealt out put downs to Leopold II, her son. He likened him to a bird just because he had a thick nose. He's like, oh, look at the little birdie bastard. It's like, that's your son, lady. His dad eerily foreshadowed his brattiness by calling him a little tyrant. So it's just like, ooh, future predictor there. And our boy Leopold is first cousins with British Queen Victoria. Leo's dad and Queen Victoria's mum were siblings. So it's European royalty. They're all
fucking around. And
they're all fucking tangled in each other's.
Queen Victoria did
penises.
that. Queen Victoria worked her way around Europe to try to stop World War I in the future. She was fucking everyone. Well, actually giving her children away to fuck everyone.
Nice.
take one, put it here. But Leopold
Lay back and
won.
think of England.
He was a bastard, man. He was the kind of guy who was like, you having a kid? All right, I'm gonna go have more kids with 16-year-olds. I'm 50.
Jesus.
He was a dirty fuck. And that's why, because she knew she was the queen, she's like, I can't really do anything because then I lose all my power. So, but I'm just going to be miserable and make fun of this ugly kid that I got who looks just like my dirty, dirty husband.
Dirty husband.
That sucks. Jesus.
It's like, Mom, look at this. I made macaroni art. You're a fucking disgrace. Your nose is so big, I'm going to put it next to an Olympic diving pool and jump in off of it.
There you go.
Hey, what a bitch.
I'll smash your head over with some chocolate candy canes. I don't know why those exist.
At the age of 9, Leo was appointed sub-lieutenant in the Belgium army. Oh boy, there's a 9-year-old in the Belgium army giving orders to men with
whenever
guns.
you step into a subway, you become a sub-lieutenant.
Sub-lieutenant,
Yes.
yes. Or whenever you eat a
didn't know
huge,
that.
lengthy sandwich.
You say, "Excuse me, sir, I would like extra tomatoes on there."
Sir, yes, sir. Let me put on my artist gloves and take out
Sandwich
my
artist
extremely dull yellow-handled knife. Would you like honey wheat? That's all we have left. Nobody likes it, but it's all we have left.
That's all you have left,
Italian
honey
herbs and
wheat.
cheese.
Within a span of a year, he loses his paternal grandfather to natural causes and his mother to tuberculosis before the age of 15.
Everyone's always dying.
Everyone, it's back in the day. Medicine
Yeah.
isn't great.
Classic move.
1854, at the tender age of 18, he married Marie Henriette of Australia. And she's a pretty cool chick with some royal blood herself. She's granddaughter of Holy Roman Emperor Leopold II.
Wait, Cody. Wait, she's from down under, or is she from Austria?
Austria. Did I say Australia?
Yeah.
Good night, mate.
She's from Austria.
Yeah, Australian royalties is, I guess, Steve Irwin, rest in peace, first king of Australia.
Crocodile
that
Dundee.
kid that wouldn't take his sunglasses off, he's royalty.
Yes, he is now.
Kangaroo Jack, royalty.
He's not even human, Mike.
No, he counts.
Counts in my book.
Yeah, I mean they really changed the rules down there. I mean, think about it. You put a bunch of criminals in charge of a giant island with a bunch of indigenous people. Let's get drunk.
You wouldn't have Outback without Australia, Tom.
Yes, we would. There's only Travis. There's only one Outback in Australia, right?
Yeah, I proved my Australian friend wrong because he was like, I don't even know what a fucking Outback is. We don't have that down there. What's the bloomin' onion? I was like, you idiot! It's in your fucking hometown in Brisbane.
Wow.
Brisbane.
Well,
Okay, so
fair enough.
Austria girl Marie Henriette. She's granddaughter of Holy Roman Emperor Leopold II. So she's just like, ooh, you're named after my grandfather. I think that's hot. Fucking strange.
Granddad. Ooh.
Gilf, right? She's nicknamed the Rose of Brabant. And she's into art, music, and horseback riding, eerily reminiscent of modern-day Tinder profiles.
You forgot adventure in there.
Yes. I enjoy long walks to the refrigerator at night. Leo and Marie were very naive and young for a royal married couple. There was an in-joke amongst the Regency back in the day referring to their union as a marriage between a stable boy and a nun, where Leopold was the nun in the equation.
Wow.
Ooh.
I mean,
Who's the
She
horse?
was into horseback riding.
She's
remember?
kind of hot. She got a bit of a mustache on her, but I
Tell
don't
me.
know how to talk to her.
You guys married, though.
That was not the only thing Leopold did not know how to do, Tom. Just as a reminder, in the 19th century, there's no internet, so parents had to do that awkward thing of having the birds and the bees convo with their offspring. Leo clearly never had the sex talk with his parents, as whilst vacationing in England, he had to resort to asking one of his uncles, how do fuck?
Well, you just spit in the vagina.
It's the first time you do it. Very special mummy. He starts like putting on some gloves. He walks him down to the stable. He's like, all right, pick this bale of hay that looks about 110 pounds. All right, let's bring it up to the bedroom. I'm going to show you. I'm going to start carving out a hole here, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps you need to know about making love to your wife. That's what she is now, right? The mustache lady? All right, let's get her in there. What you want to do is tell her that she's got real nice shoes, and that Coldplay's pretty good, and you can go lay it down now. Pretend this area is the nipples. I know there's a bit off. I only had 2 different slices of salami ready to go. One is sopressat, the other one's kind of a pepperoni, but it's like one of those ones that comes on the pre-cut charcuteries. That's what you call it? All right, so you're going to lick it up. You're going to lick that up. Yeah. And then you're going to stick your dick in this hole. And,
No lube?
I've actually never done this before.
Yeah. And then you hold your breath until you pass out.
If only they had browsers back then.
Nope, no browsers, no internet, no nothing. And if your dad wasn't just like, son, this is how we do it, you'd have to go ask your fucking English uncle, Mike, and that would have been rough.
Wait, so instead of American pie, do they have like an English pie? Is it like a pork pie with that?
It's a
jelly
meat
in
pie.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's a 3-week-old meat pie.
there? Yeah, dog.
Doesn't sound. Ooh.
Like it.
Nom nom.
1855, age 19, he becomes senator of Belgium. So you just imagine him, he's in his bedroom telling his teenage wife, suck my lieutenant senator Prince Dick. Fucking too many important titles for a teenager, mind you.
Yeah, keep in mind, too, the country is now 20 years old. So these titles are just being thrown around willy-nilly, so he's racking them up. He's basically got participation titles.
You can still use that technique in high school. You could be like, hello, woman. I am president of the AV club. I am also first chair at trumpet section in the marching band.
Note my brochure.
Yes, we do march with chairs. I know it sounds weird. It's a very strange marching band.
The horticulture club. I have planted so many seeds. Can I plant my seed inside of you?
Ooh. Yes, Travis knows what that's about.
Travis is big on that.
Everyone has their kinks, dude.
Moving on. In Senate, he was noted to be borderline obsessed with the economic and literal expansion of Belgium. He's looking at Great Britain as a role model of a nation, economic powerhouse, internationally revered, and very, very wealthy. And he's thinking the key to wealth on a national scale is the establishment of colonies. Let's get one of those for Belgium. That'd be good, right?
He's not wrong.
Make money.
Spain's
make money,
doing it.
Have like a nice vacation home. What's that? Spain?
Yeah.
Spain's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's putting a straw overseas and drinking a milkshake.
Well, actually, this is like old news. This is like going into a hot topic now and thinking it's cool.
Yes.
Because like everyone had their hot topic, their colony back in like I don't know the 16th century.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
So he's a
you
little
go
late-
in there.
late.
Now you go in there and it's like, oh, look at the Rick and Morty T-shirts I have. Oh, it's cool. Great.
Polyester.
His studded bracelet.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
He's a little late to the party. Leo is. Yeah. Leopold sounds like a goth Spencer patron name. According to Leopold, the country must be strong, prosperous, therefore have colonies of our own, beautiful and calm. Leo takes the next 10 years bitching in Senate about acquiring a colony. He goes on a multitude of field trips. He's window shopping for a place to colonize. He scouts India, China, and Egypt as prospective sites to colonize. He comes very close to acquiring a colony in the Philippines, but for one reason or another, that just fucking up and falls through.
All right. So you said India, China, the Philippines, and Egypt.
Yes, he was just like, let's get some action going here.
So all four of those, except for one, China knows what the Macarena is. So they're all viable colonies.
Is that your basis of colonization,
Yeah,
Travis?
I mean, I can imagine an Egyptian doing the Macarena. I can imagine a Filipino doing the Macarena. Can I imagine
I'll do
a
it right now
Chinese
for
man
you.
doing it? I don't know.
You have a pretty good imagination, so if you don't know, you don't know.
I don't know.
Yes.
The electric
Chinaman
slide, though,
doing-
Chinese, great at it.
That's not even a joke.
I was going to say something racist, then Travis took it over. After this decade of colony scouting, Leopold's daddy kicks the bucket from natural causes, aged 74 in 1865. So, Leo is king of the Belgians at age 30. There you go. Good.
Right.
Good for him.
Man, I'm
1865, America's Civil War into that. We're touching each other.
Yeah, freedom exists.
Well, we're fighting over whether freedom exists for everyone.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, the concept does, is what I'm,
Yes, it's on paper somewhere.
yeah.
Not in the South. Leo was known in Belgium as a very progressive king. He's a big royal cheese that enacted laws that extended the right to vote and was very pro-union / work rights.
Oh, wow.
He's also a known advocate for child labor reform. Under his kingly rule, he passed laws protecting Belgian youngsters. Boys under the age of 12 weren't permitted to work in factories. And at first glance, it makes sense and is sensible and it's agreeable. Like, yeah, I
Yeah, that
agree.
seems
No.
reasonable.
But the thing is, Mike, that legalized 12-year-olds to work in factories.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, no one was
Like,
thinking of it. Like, ooh, we have these tiny humans that can go into those machines, get all ground up like hot dogs. Like,
clean it out.
You had mature earlier back then, I feel like. You had, everyone was dying pretty young, I guess, so.
I mean, fucking Leo was lieutenant at age 9, so he was probably thinking, like, you can clean some
You
gears
were.
at age 12.
Yeah, you got to dry tumble a modern day 12-year-old for at least 12 hours to get him to the hardness and thickness of a boy 120 years ago, 200 years ago.
see this?
Excuse me. Yeah, you got to just roll him.
yeah, and we're talking about industrial-sized Belgian waffle makers.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
Huge irons.
It's pretty rugged. Rugged life.
Yeah.
Dangerous work.
So at first glance, it makes sense. Everyone agrees. Like, yeah, the fucking people under 12 shouldn't do it, but it legalized 12-year-olds to do it. So I was like, oops, whatever. Put the hormonal preteens in charge of the heavy equipment line. Got it.
Smart.
As the most boomer line I'll say this episode, I think maybe 12-year-olds should start working again, too.
I started working when
Put
I was
them in
14.
the factories.
I don't see a problem with that.
Rebuild it.
I was working off the books when I was 12. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I actually was working around that time off the books.
Yeah.
And so
I, I was on the books working.
But
at
I'm
14.
talking about like hard labor. Like I want them outside in the rain, in the snow, in the sleet, building spaghettis, huge bowls of spaghettis for the people to eat. We're talking about democratic socialism, where everyone gets a huge bowl of spaghetti.
I mean,
my vote.
I wouldn't consider myself a socialist until just now.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Travis won me over.
Thanks, dude.
Additionally, Leopold decreed females under the age of 21 weren't permitted to work in subterranean job sites such as mines.
We got to keep an eye on you.
Yeah. Again, very agreeable. Makes sense. I would go down this law, except there's something condescending about putting the working rights of a 20-year-old grown-ass woman in the child labor folder. You know what I mean? It's just like...
I mean, they're just figuring it out.
adults.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a weird phase for them. Like, he's basically a teenager at the age of 30 because he's never talked to
Yep.
anyone that he likes.
And he's
before.
royal. Yep.
He's got nothing. And he's just like, got a whole country around. It's a brand new country.
Baby
Let's see, what if we just called 20-year-old women children?
Children.
And what if we took 12-year-old boys and put them in a tumble dryer or whatever, and they can do whatever? It's fine. Look, I'll just write me a letter, okay? I'll read it. I'll have someone read it, okay?
I like that step down immediately. Like, reading's too much. I'll get someone to do that. Like, mid mouth flap.
Listen, I've had way too many royal excuses to go to school. I don't know anything, really. I've got no idea how things work. I just want what the other countries have. I know I just started, but
Money.
You got all those medals, though.
I'm looking to swing big.
Yeah. When
You
can
got
we go
participation
hunting?
awards.
Those, I mean,
those
try
are good.
putting those on your resume.
They're stickers, so they only like have one application, and they're on your, parents' SUV windows. Leopold had established defensive battlements across Belgium to strengthen its defensive capabilities. As far as military might, Leo preached the virtues of stalwart neutrality. So just like always have the power and ability to tell someone to fuck off.
Yeah. So
I agree with it.
so he's like, hey, guess what? Switzerland exists. Why don't we just do it that way?
Yeah, he's taking a Swiss cheese slice. So he's like, always have the power to tell people to fuck off, not necessarily intervene when they're doing evil shit or invade elsewhere, but always have the power to tell people to fuck off.
That's pretty cool.
To the Belgians, Leo is known as Le Roi Bâtisseur, aka the Builder King. Over his 40-plus year reign, Leo would finance and develop magnificent architecture. He went hard on public works in Brussels, Ostend, and Antwerp. He paid for these out of his own pocket, mind you. He built municipal buildings, casinos, racetracks, museums, rail stations, and parks. Leo has got a architectural boner for triumphal arches, marble, and gold trim.
The finer things in life.
Yes.
Sounds pretty cool.
How could... It is cool. How's he affording this, Mike?
Mike, are you chewing gum?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my God.
No, dude, you can't chew gum.
It's all right. We're all learning stuff.
Mike, why are you sticking that under Tom's seat?
Oh, God, Mike. Oh, that's not my
what a
seat.
jackass.
That's very strange.
Just as a spoiler, Mike, he wasn't funding these ventures with Belgian waffle sales. He loved to commission statues in his likeness. He liked to arrange his statue on horses and put those horses on high-ass columns, so you were kind of forced to look up at his idiot cake face.
Well, you'd also see two scrotes. You'd see his scrote and the horse's scrote.
Double scrote action.
Double
Got a
scrote.
big ego, kind of.
Fat, throbbing ego.
He also had like the look of this man. He looked like he had a great beard, but
Santa Claus
it
beard.
was too much and it was too squared off at the bottom, so it just looked like a guy with a plastic shopping bag hanging from his ears.
Yeah, it didn't lay flat on his chest. It kind of, like, half piped out. a
Yeah, like
That was 5 cents. I need that.
the kids today will never know what it's like to play around with a plastic bag in and around their mouth.
The joy.
Wait, Tom,
the
when you
unbridled joy.
Tom, when you had a bigger beard, did you ever try straightening it?
No.
Oh, it looks so stupid.
Yeah.
I did it once.
Well, I did pass out in the shower once, and it was very hot water, so when I came to, it was very soft.
Ooh. Glorious. Now, one may wonder how a king of a measly 12,000 square miles could afford all these grandiose projects. Let's take a quick rewind to about the 10th year of Leo's reign. So, at this time he's 40, and he's still got this massive boner for a colony, and he wants one real bad.
I'd do anything for a colony. Just one colony.
Good one. I just want one.
I just want some ants. Give me ants, dude. Put them ants.
For Antwerp.
Put them ants all around my nipples. All around my nipples. Those ants.
All right. I mean, you're a king. You can get whatever you want.
You can't say no.
No, sir. Apply honey to my nipples. We will go on a hike, and I will be on all fours. I will collect all the ants.
Very good, sir. I will get your hand booties.
Thank you, sir.
Leo's thinking an African colony would be the tits. He can get his dumb Belgium foot in the door with the ivory trade and make a killing. He shops the idea around his inner circle of elites, and he finds out he's got quite a bunch of people interested. And when I say interested, I mean prospective investors. So he's like, shit, this might be my chance to get a colony. Woot. So he shittily refers to the potential fortune to be made as a slice of African cake. How very Belgium. He's got a boner for pastries.
Yeah. Ew. He's just gross.
Ew.
Yeah.
I love how we alluded to American Pie earlier in the podcast. Just like, that's what he does. That's what Belgium.
He's also the kind of guy who talks very confidently about his cake, I'm assuming, and then still doesn't know how to talk to his wife. I ate just under half of it. Is that okay?
What are those dangly bits for?
Get rid of them. Leo solicited world-renowned exploring man Henry Morton Stanley to bushwhack and map out the Congo region sometime in the late 1870s.
Who definitely looks... He looks like the guy from Jumanji.
Yes, with the hat.
Yeah, he's ready to fuck up indigenous peoples.
Oh, he truly is prepared for that, and we'll see that in a little bit. But does anyone recognize the name, Henry Morton Stanley?
Is that something to do with Morgan Stanley?
No.
Oh, does that have to do with Stanley Steamer? Gets your room cleaner?
He did, or he was he did ride many a steamship, which were called steamers back in the day.
What about Morton Salt?
No, he's not that guy.
What about Rick and Morty?
How long are we going to spend on this bit?
You asked.
Okay. He might sound familiar because he's the leader of the search and rescue party responsible for finding David Livingstone in the African village of Ujiji. And he's the guy that famously said, Dr. Livingstone, I presume. He's that guy. He's that famous explorer guy.
Oh, when the white people got lost in Africa.
I saved them, old boy.
I lost my tom-tom. Help me.
See, the problem is maybe we'll research this, but I'm just going to go and say this is already researched because I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
Is that they were probably living with the nicest black couple. They're just having a great time down in Africa, and then all of a sudden this Mortimer Salt Man shows up, and he's like, I will save you from these savages.
Watch out for the shadow people.
God. Very nice. As well as mapping the region, Stanley is also interacting with the native Congolese, presumably under the direction of Leopold. Now, Stanley is sowing seeds of a deception throughout the Congo. He's brainwashing native people into believing white men have supernatural powers about them, making them intrinsically superior to the Congolese. He made the native population believe Caucasian folk were immensely strong, impervious to weapons, and can command the very rays of the sun itself.
What?
Superpowers!
I know that.
Superpowers! You ready for 3 examples, Tom?
Yeah.
Get right into it.
Hold on, Mike. Can you command the sun? Have you been holding out on?
I've been staring into it, trying to, but just nothing really happens except my eyes start to hurt and a loss of vision.
I've been there, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I'm working on it.
All right.
What's behind
As
that?
I said, there's...
Or you can. I think you can move it if you look at it long enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, very slowly.
It goes down.
Try it at
eventually.
home.
Yeah, if you put like 8 or 10 hours into it.
Oh yeah,
it'll
it's
go.
a long day's work, but
Easier up north.
yeah.
Sometimes impossible, depending on the season. But
True. It's all in the time. Anyway.
so we'll go over 3 of these deceptions right now, and boy, are these fucking doozies. Number 1, Stanley would publicly greet a village chieftain with a handshake. Unbeknownst to the chief and the spectators, Stanley had hidden a battery-operated mini winch inside of his coat sleeve. The winch was connected to a ribbon. The ribbon was tied into a slip knot, and this entire snare was concealed in Stanley's palm. So Stanley would slip the noose over the chief's hand during the handshake, and then activate the winch, which would nearly crush the chief's hand.
I want a dick.
Stanley would act if this bone-crushing grip was his own God-given white boy superhuman strength. And after the chief let out a yelp, begged for mercy, or buckled to his knees, Stanley would release him, profusely apologize, and ask if the rest of the village was as fragile.
You want some more of this? We're all like this!
You hear that, President Macron? Next time you go for a handshake with one of the world's powerful leaders,
Yes.
might have a winch.
Little winch, hand-crushing winch.
I mean, I'm like that for real because I got tremendous tensor strength, something like that. I don't know.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Ooh, just fucking
Got a firm
shred a
hand.
guitar, shake a hand after. Oh, sorry, you can't play guitar at all. That's how you become the best
Amputate.
guitar player. You go from place to town, and you shred in the center of towns. And when people go shake your hand, just crush it right out their fucking hands. You go like, oh, sorry about the nub. Maybe you could play slide guitar.
Sorry about the
Be
nub
like, hey,
indeed.
hey, man, you want to hear me play Stairway on this Gibson, bro? Crush!
You're more of a drop D, smoke on the water fella, aren't you?
I can smell it in the lack of deodorant. Secondly, Stanley would showcase the power of European firearms with public demonstrations. With a Congolese audience in tow, Stanley shot various targets, presumably tin cans and unsuspecting fucking bird here and there. Then Stanley would hand the rifle over to a Congolese man and demand to be shot in the chest. When the unsuspecting villager took aim and shot Stanley, Stanley would wince and flinch. Ooh. Stanley would unbutton his shirt, revealing his bare chest, proving he's unharmed. Then he'd remove his boot and shake loose a flattened bullet. He's like, oh, there it is.
Oh, shit, that went out of my boot.
Yeah.
That's a fucking psycho.
You
Yeah.
made me use 10% of my power.
Yes. The Congolese believe Stanley, white boy, bulletproof, stopped the discharged round, and the bullet deflected off of his chest and rattled down his trousers, eventually lodging itself in his boot.
Woo-hoo.
There it is. In reality, Stanley had stacked a blank in the rifle, planted a flattened bullet in his boot, and pretended to supernaturally tank a shot to the chest.
This guy's fucking amazing.
He's quite the con man, and this is where, if you were worried why Cody's doing royalty, it's because he's also a con man. He's in that sweet spot of the Venn diagram.
Right, but he hires con men. It's like,
Yes.
I could be the best. I could be the best con man in the world if I hire the best in the world, i.e., Chris Angel, a little bit of David Blaine. If I had those guys on my payroll, I'm tricking the whole fucking world into thinking I am king shit.
Yes,
You
he's his
forgot
own con
Ray-
man, but he also employs con men.
Yeah, you forgot. You also need Ray Romano on that roster.
Really? Well, I bet you didn't see that coming. Hey, come over here. Is that a bow and arrow? Check out this 9mm handgun.
It was important that Stanley winced and feigned slight pain after being shot, as he did not want to foster the idea that shooting a white boy would be entirely consequence-free. So if he just Supermaned and didn't flinch, he wouldn't want people being like, oh, you don't care about being shot. He wanted to show, like, no, it still hurts, and I will be vengeful if you do this without my permission.
Y'all Congolese ever play paintball?
Speedball,
Us white folk hate to be bothered.
especially with bullets.
Yes, don't do that.
Using psychological warfare.
It's mind games.
Mind games.
Mind freak.
Yeah.
Everything
What's the
goes
third
back
one?
to
That
mind
was two examples, and we're
This is
talking
my
about this
favorite.
for too long.
Favorite example. Lastly, with an unlit cigar clenched in his teeth, Stanley would claim that the white man had intimate contract with the sun. According to the shithead, white folk could call upon the sun and erupt, instantly annihilating a village on a whim. So it's just like, I could tell the sun to kill all of you right now if I wanted to. And Stanley punctuated this claim by praying to the sun, raising a talisman to the sky, and to the awe of the Congolese people, an ember flared and smoke began spouting from Stanley's previously unlit cigar.
Magnifying glass.
In reality, Stanley's talisman was a magnifying glass. So he did the old...
It all goes back to the ants.
Yes.
Leopold is looking for his colony.
He's getting his
Antwerp.
rocks off.
He probably also had some accelerant in the tip of his cigar, just loaded up for dramatic flair, pun intended. So, by the way of cut-rate parlor trick, Stanley, under the employ of Leopold, conditioned parts of the Congo to not fuck with the white man. And this laid the groundwork for the subjugation and enslavement of the native people. Stanley draws up a bunch of shadily worded mucky contracts and convinces village chiefs to sign, after, doing all them weird flex.
Cody,
yes.
Can I stop you right here? When do the animatronic gorillas come in? Because we're talking about the Congo. One of my favorite movies.
I don't.
Animatronic gorillas.
It is a good movie.
What movie?
I've never seen it.
Congo.
Congo.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh, that one where the monkey just, for no reason, just does a flip into the lava at the end?
Yeah, dog.
Something like that.
When do we do flips in the lava?
Never.
It's coming,
Never
man.
flip
All right.
into the lava.
All right, I'm just gonna stay tuned to hear about that.
As I'm sure most of our listeners are.
Yes. These ambiguous documents falsely portrayed the Congolese willingness to become a subject of a European ruling body. So, back in Europe, our boy Leo is like, look, these people want me to step in and unfuck their shit. It's 1884, and Leo is crying to European and American nation leaders at the Berlin Conference. He's saying, look how fucked up these people are. They're living in huts, they're fighting each other. Arabs are actually in the area enslaving them, bullying them around. There's no infrastructure. The Congolese are godless, and they desperately need Christianity. I can do that.
Yeah. What do you say, Pope?
Pope. He's got investors line up, and he's got the signatures of the chiefs, and he sweetens the deal by like, yeah, look, if you give me control, I'll let you guys do some stuff over there. You know what I mean? Like,
That's always the best contracts to sign. Things are like,
you get stuff.
yeah, you get to do stuff. Sign here on the dotted line. Do stuff.
Do it now. Get better.
This big fancy room of white people didn't think there was anything wrong with allowing Leo to stake claim in the Congo, in an area of land roughly 75 times the size of Belgium itself.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, this is the shittiest land. Because as resource-rich as it is, you got animatronic gorillas. You got...
Jacking each other off.
Yeah, you got...
Tigers?
Yeah, you got tigers at you. You got the Jumanji. All the Jumanji is there. It's based. It's insanity there. It's hard to travel around. Plus, they got them bugs. They come up on you. They give you a little fucking AIDS, and you're dead.
Yeah, the flies that like go into your body and then go all the way up to your brain. Your brain.
I heard about that shit.
And then also, it's got Robin Williams in it. And guess what? Jack Black's there and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So,
You're conflating a lot of things right now.
Cody, I'm learning. Cody, I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah, you think you are.
And The Rock's pretty old.
Yeah, he is very old. Actually,
It's getting up there. He's still huge.
I'm actually working on a script right now with Andy from Praise the Game. We're going to pitch it to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. CG Bill Paxton, and at least 4 hours long.
Is it a comedy or a drama?
No, I like
it needs
that.
to be 4.
Yeah, this is an Oscar contender.
Yeah.
Everyone who's won an Oscar in the last 10 years, they have to be in this movie.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise,
And they have to give up their Oscar
point.
to the director.
yeah,
Think of it as Tron without computers.
yeah, exactly. So, Andy, sorry
Finding
if I
Nemo.
blew your spot up, but that is a great movie that we are co-writing.
He's pre-hyping it, is all.
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
If anyone has Dwayne's number, can they forward
DM
it to
it.
me? Yeah,
DM it to Tom.
yes, please.
Now, either the residing nation leaders didn't catch it or didn't care enough, but the Congo was awarded to Leopold, not to Belgium. So it was actually Leopold's honest-to-goodness private property.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not a Belgian colony like Leo was bitching for the entire time. The elected government of Belgium would have no say over Congo affairs, so it's kind of like a trick Leo played. He bitched and moaned so hard for a colony, when it was time to decide to give him land, everyone just kind of assumed that's what he was going to do with it. Like,
Right.
if you had a friend that would like nonstop talk about how much he needs like a new cell phone. It's like, oh, have you seen the new iPhone? The new iPhone's pretty nifty. I'd love to have the new iPhone. I heard the new iPhone costs $800. Can I borrow $800? And then imagine he takes that $800 and just buys 2 llamas just to breed. You'd be like, you were hyping the phone so much.
I'd be like,
fucking
wow,
dickbag.
this is the smartest friend I know.
Yeah, I want to hang around this guy. I know that guy because you're like, oh, what
it's
show?
not a
are you
waste
going
of money.
To? Yeah, what show?
Not a
are you
waste
going
of
to?
money.
Oh, I want to go to the show, and then this turns into that, and all of a sudden, your friend owns all the publishing rights to the Goo Goo Dolls, and it's like, what the fuck,
man?
What the fuck?
$800.
Leave Johnny Resnick out of it.
So he just
He's got a big vacation home.
he's got a huge vacation home. He'd never go there, but he would send other people to vacation there. Believe it or not.
It's just
Here we
like
are.
today, where all the property that we can afford and buy is places we would never go.
Very true. Like the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could probably buy 2 acres of ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Cody, wasn't there like a whole thing going on about how they were just dividing Africa? Like Germany bought a whole fuck ton of it, and like
That's why
France bought
the
a whole
term
fuck ton
African,
of it.
a slice of African cake, was
Right.
uttered by Leo.
And
It's
that's
kind
why
of
their
this-
borders are all straight lines. Like it looks like the middle of the
all-
country.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
all screwy. Border lines are pretty much parallels and longitudes, and not really separated by rivers as they should be.
And God forbid they ask the people who live there.
Yeah, right.
The what? The who?
Oh.
Those count as people?
Yeah. It's a very weird time in history.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those weird things where like this guy died in the same century millennials were born, but this happened long ago where people who were victims of all these atrocities are probably not alive. I can say that with like 99% accuracy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
They gotta
anyone's
be dead,
alive
yeah.
from these Congo times.
No,
Well, they wouldn't be alive if they're part of the atrocity.
to catch
Well-
the very
well-
tail
well
end of
said.
it, you'd have to be like, what is it, 1910?
Yeah, it wrapped up in 1910. So like, imagine you were 3 or 4 when some shit went down, and that would put you at like 115.
You know what?
nowadays. So
Honestly,
it's like,
couldn't remember it. We got that much.
yeah.
Where am I?
What?
Congo. I hate Belgium waffles.
This is actually a very sad story,
Sorry.
so we should stop
Yes.
with that.
I didn't see
I
that.
thought of this as I was researching. I was like, this is the episode where I read slides and 3 of my friends make jokes during crimes of humanity. Or
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet, but it's just like you guys have your work fucking cut out for you.
All right.
Here we are. Leo would privately own the Congo for the next 23 years. The cheery name given to this region shifted slightly to the Congo Free State. Doesn't that sound lovely? The Congo Free State. What a
Free of the Congo.
Sounds free.
good.
Just Belgians.
Yeah, there you go.
I would have picked fancy as my adjective.
Congo Fancy State. I like that. That's good.
And you go inside, it's P.F. Chang's. It's not that fancy. It's attached to a mall.
Yeah, the Congo Fancy State. You don't have to reprint the flyers that have the abbreviation on it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The paperwork awarded all vacant lands to Leopold. So anywhere there wasn't a village, a garden, or a tended field of any type, that belonged to Leo. Natives are still entitled to the land they cultivated or otherwise maintained. So it's just like Leo doesn't get the villages. And the paperwork also stipulated any resource on said vacant land also belonged to Leopold. So if there was an elephant on vacant land, that elephant and its ivory was in Leo's ownership. So this is how he's going to start taking ivory out of the Congo.
Yeah.
else?
Can I do that with the ocean and seals, but just have them so they could chill in my house?
Well, I feel like all of the ocean would be vacant, Travis.
Have fun. I'll give it to you right now, man. We'll sign a contract.
You know what?
I will give you
All
some
right.
ocean.
You are welcome to surprise
I just
me.
want to fill my apartment with seals.
Yeah,
There's
a lot
so
of
many
water,
seals
Travis.
here.
Like the lupus-scarred singer?
Well, this is, the most similar thing we have to this in America is when Walt Disney bought up all of Orlando. There
Hey.
isn't as much death, but there is still a lot of slave labor.
Little death. Maybe.
Yeah. Tiny death.
Small death. With
Yeah.
We'll get
With
there.
more or less the legal nod from various European nations and America, greedy Leopold prepares to extract his fortune from the Congo. And as I said earlier, this idiot man tries his hand at the ivory trade. He sets up an administrative body to collect and export ivory back to Belgium. However, this is not as profitable as Leopold had projected, and shareholders are kind of pissed at Leo. It's just like, hey, where's the money? Where's the money? You said you took my money and you said you'd give me money, but where's the money?
You'll get it.
You get it.
Talk to my secretary. I'm just finishing up sprinkling confectionery sugar on my penis and dragging it across an anthill.
Yum, 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 yum. Eat it up, eat them up, eat them up.
I'll be right back, wifey.
Henriette.
This is how we have sexual intercourse and babies.
Right? Question mark?
Look how many millions of babies you've had.
Oh, it's probably such a bitch to collect money back then. Like, people are fucking only communicate through, like, letters and shit
We
like
got
that.
telegrams.
Telegrams, yeah.
And they were dealing with a huge, like, sums of money, so they would just hire other people to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
guess so.
you know, your only job
Yeah.
is to make sure I'm getting paid.
Okay.
And, yeah. And it was, like...
But tracking people down, though, is probably a hassle, you know?
That's true, but, like, you know, the trade over there and, like, generally the discourse between European nations was pretty civil at this time.
Okay.
So it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. They're all related anyway.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
royalty is. Fortunately for Leo, and unfortunately for everyone else in the Congo, a very swanky breakthrough had just been invented. John Boyd Dunlop had invented and patented the world's first pneumatic tire.
Ooh.
And inflatable donuts derived of natural rubber, just the thing your naked automobile or bicycle needs.
Oh, Daddy, give me the rubber.
Rubber for baby. Rich people loved moving quickly and comfortably, as is still true today.
That's not true. They want to be uncomfortable and kissing their children like Tom Brady.
That doesn't mean that he's uncomfortable.
Out of left
he's
field.
making the rest of us uncomfortable.
No rubber required.
He just loves his son.
Very much.
Yeah.
The asking price for natural rubber skyrocketed. South America and Asia took immediate steps to begin preparation for rubber plantations. However, for your boy Leo, the massive land property he just claimed is chock full of natural rubber already matured, waiting to be harvested. So he kind of struck it rich, rather.
Wait, rubber needs to mature?
The rubber comes from a plant, and the plant makes vines, and then you cut the vines a little bit, and then it bleeds semen, and you catch the gooey semen in a bucket, and then that hardens into rubber.
Really? That's pretty cool. I
That
never knew
sound-
that.
Yeah, that sounds really mature.
Yeah, so
I'll make some rubber.
I'm getting aroused.
all these
over
crimes against humanity is from white stuff that came off a tube. if you really want to think about it. So the natural rubber monopoly kind of just fell into Leo's lap. The race is on. For every kilo of rubber Leo could export before competing nations could start their plantations, that could be sold at an exorbitant premium. But the clock is ticking to optimize, the profit. So Leo shifts ivory harvesting efforts into rubber harvesting efforts. And here is where the wheels start falling off of the entire scheme, and we see super shittiness begin to materialize. So your boy Leopold has a private administrative company handling the exports, corporate bigwigs, the guys upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck those guys. Leo also establishes a paramilitary force to protect the interests of the guys upstairs. And this entity is called La Force Publique, a.k.a.
Cody.
the public force. What? I was in the middle of something.
I know. What's a paramilitary? Are those soldiers that have parrots on them?
Okay, so you know how you have normal, and then you have paranormal, and that's slightly fucked up. So I want you to think of these.
So ghost
These
soldiers,
are
ghost soldiers,
mercenaries that
Really?
just fondle your balls when you're not peeping.
dude. Why did we
what it
not
is.
invest? We invest trillions in our military, but we don't have a ghost army. The Chinese probably have ghost armies.
It all went
Well-
to Space Force before it went to Ghost Army.
I would not say that we don't have a ghost army, Travis.
You never seen it.
How would you know?
I don't know. Ghost
that
hunters
an
never
X-Files
saw 'em
episode?
drilling.
That was an X-Files episode.
I don't know. It might be in the book I'm reading right now, but I'll find out. I'll report back.
Spookums. So the paramilitary force is called La Force Publique, a.k.a. the public force. Uncreative, yet hilarious name for a private military. Force Public.
Let's
Public
do it.
force.
That was their that was their official
Battle
slogan.
cry, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Every time they're going to
General,
fuck
like,
shit up. It's like, let's do it. Force Publique had some European top brass, guys from Europe just, on sitting comfortably at top, but they were mostly recruits from the native Congolese. They were offered a paycheck, a rifle, and a very cute little fez to wear as a uniform.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
And at the peak,
I want a fez.
yeah, you would like to be a member of the
We should
Force
have-
Publique?
No, we should have roast mortem fezes.
That'd be
That's
cool,
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, so the Fez is the cool. I mean, like, that's cool hat.
Yeah. At the peak of operation, the Force Publique would have 16,000 men.
Dude, it's a hat, but it's like a
Are
cylinder.
we still on the fez
Right,
thing?
Mike?
Cool hat.
What's the meaning behind? I don't know. Is there some? Is it bad?
No, it's just a style back then. I just really like, the excitement to the. Oh yeah, fezzes.
It's a cool hat. You always
a cool
forget
hat.
about it until you see it. And you're like, oh shit, I need that hat.
Yeah.
And then you forget about it because you never end up buying.
I mean, that's
it 'cause
what
you
I
can't find
every
them.
time I see a fez,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
And people are just worried about nowadays wearing beanies wrong and having them look like a little tiny little ribbed condom on their head.
I hate that's
Everyone's
not good.
mad at fucking small beanies. This is a new thing that people just want to be mad about.
Because usually people that have it are like kind of dicks.
Watch as our problems
As Mike
diminish.
says with a fucking beanie on his head.
Yeah, but he's wearing it properly.
Mine's not like it's normal beanie.
But who gives a shit? It's like people who complain about vegans talking about how they're vegans. Like they're worse than the vegan telling you that they're vegan. It's like this weird circular thing. Oh yeah, the vegan's gonna tell you. Yeah, I get it. They're annoying, but guess what? You're more annoying because I have this conversation more often.
Yeah, it's true.
And now all of a sudden people are talking about what's on top of men's heads.
Yeah, but Tom, I was like, dude, instead of wearing that, maybe you should rethink your fashion and go to a fez.
Yeah,
Same coverage.
it's a
It's
small
fire.
hat, but it's
More
not
rigid.
You look taller.
douchey.
But as soon as fezzes come in, it's gonna be Istanbul.
Fez-
What's
nah,
going on
yeah.
here?
No,
What-
people are gonna be like, wow, that's sick. That hat has a tail.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, rat tails are the fezzes of haircuts.
Yeah.
I'm getting a fez.
But yeah, back to the actual
Yeah.
obtaining fezzes for roast mortem. I do concur. That would be a lot of fun.
All right.
Sweet.
If you know anyone that can do a fez order for us, hit our DMs. Leopold tells his private export company and his private police force to work together to maximize rubber output at any cost. No asterisk, just do it. You guys do it. You guys take care of it. I'm the fucking king in Europe. Don't bother me. Just do it. Whatever it takes. Do it.
I'm so busy. This country's brand new. I've got to paint the walls. I've got to put up statues of myself.
Yep.
You do it. Take care of it. Any means necessary. Get it done.
I still have to figure out what hole to go into.
Ants. So you have corporate administration, a police force. All that's missing from the equation is a humongous, inexpensive labor force. And it's like, where can we get one of those, Mike?
12-year-old boys.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Close,
You can just use the native Congolese people as your
Oh, that's
inexpensive, humongous labor force. But dang, Leopold only has ownership over the vacant lands of the Congo. The villages and the people residing in the villages are still the stuff of themselves. That wasn't part of Leo's claim. So
Yeah.
this is where Leo gets the very clever idea of just torching all of the villages. Because the villages would become vacant when they're on fire, and therefore Leopold's property. So it's just like, oh, that's empty. It's mine now. It's me. And
Fucking
Is
loophole.
that so? I mean, I know there's like Jewish fire where you light your business on fire to claim insurance. Is Belgian fire when you just light your competitor's place on fire?
you're
Go move in there now.
Yeah.
Belgian fire. I like that. That is fun.
let's have that the
And it is
subtitle.
like this is really dark stuff, but I guess it's like the European, guy who grabs the hot dog and says, "You gonna finish eating this?"
yeah, he grabs a hot
Yeah.
dog with like the smegma between his knuckles, and he's like, "Can I finish?" It's like,
Yeah, you gotta finish this.
yes.
Yeah. No, well, that's pretty sick shit.
Yeah.
And, if your village is on fire, where are you going to escape to? Anywhere but the village, a.k.a. vacant lands. So now you're on the king's property. And when you're on the king's property, you bet your ass there are fucking taxes to pay if you're squatting on
jeez.
king's turf. But it's not all bad, Mike. The king accepts hard labor as payment for taxes, a.k.a. harvesting rubber as tax payment. So it's just like, oh, good for me.
Oh man.
Well, very sorry about your house, but you can't be standing here.
Yeah, right.
For free.
He's the one that fucking did it. He's the one that puts them out in the vacant lots.
Can you
No,
prove
not
that?
even lots, Mike. Just vacant grass.
Mike, imagine if you were skateboarding
Yes.
around
the roads.
some
The roads back then.
on some
Dirt
business
roads.
and they were like, guess what? You are now an employee of IHOP.
You
Yeah.
can only kickflip for us now.
That sounds terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, it is terrible, Mike.
And The penalty for tax evasion, aka not working for the king, was constraint or repression. What the fuck does that mean? It's verbiage ambiguous enough to include death penalty, torture, and mutilation.
Jeez.
Yes. But guys, don't worry, this isn't slavery. This is the Congo Free State. It's not slavery, this is something different. It's not slavery. Come on.
I'm finding it hard to believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leopold had earlier waged a war and repelled Arab slavers in the Congo. You know, we hate slavery. We got rid of slaveholders in the Congo. So this isn't slavery because we wouldn't hate ourselves. That just doesn't make any sense. This is different. Even though Leopold didn't technically see this as slavery, it was functionally slavery. Forced, uncompensated labor under the threat of death. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's fucking slave labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
No jokes there.
No jokes.
The force,
Got nothing.
Moving on. The force publique continued to burn Congolese villages one after another, forcing the subjugation of the natives. Belgian officer Louis Leluc, 1895's diary, casually read, June 8th, headed towards Yampati. I set fire to the village. After a good lunch, returned in triumph with bloody trophies.
Ooh.
And you may
What were his bloody trophies?
You may be thinking to yourself, bloody trophies, you say? The fucked up game of economics Leopold had put in motion rendered severed human hands as currency within this corporate hell on earth. So, how did this happen?
And then McDonald's, about 100 years later, did the same exact
They
thing.
just ground up their human hands and put it between two pieces of
Yeah.
bread.
How much is each finger?
Yeah.
This is the worst episode we've ever done humanitarian wise, and we've done a bunch of shit.
We just started.
But remember, we had photography at this time. You can find photos.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Of
There's
groups
photos.
of men
Ooh, I want to see
with their
this.
faces just mutilated, and everyone has their hands removed.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm talking 20, 30 people, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, they're just
This
like,
Really?
This is nightmare juice.
nightmare
Fuck,
juice.
how-
Good.
Yeah.
Belgium
I wanna
fire,
see
nightmare
this.
juice. I like that.
Yeah.
Can I see it real quick?
So how did severed human hands, only the right ones, by the way, because that's the fucking game we're playing. How did severed hands serve as currency? In order to keep munition wastage down and dissuade the force publique from using their bullets for hunting, the riflemen were responsible to barter for their own supply of bullets at the price of one severed hand per bullet.
Oh.
Jeez.
So a rifle,
What the fuck?
yeah, bringing in a severed hand kind of proved you were a good shot and were using your bullets effectively. If a rifleman was given 10 bullets, sent off to fuck up a village, and he came back with 10 severed hands, that guy has a 100% accuracy rating. You know what I mean? You didn't miss a shot. He's 10 for 10. Of course,
That's some sick fucking shit.
give him another 10 bullets.
That's really
no
fucked.
problem.
Jesus.
We're just scratching the top of the shit cake. However, if a guy came back with only 5 hands after expending 10 bullets, his inaccuracy would be penalized, possibly by death.
Oh my god.
Don't miss.
Yeah.
If you miss,
Right.
we're going to kill you, or, you know. So here we see cameras back in the day weren't amazing, so that's why all of the Congolese people are wearing white towels, just so a European, when they saw this photo, they couldn't be like, oh, that's just the film, not showing their hand properly because they're dark-skinned.
Right.
So, like, the missionaries that actually documented this were...
Jesus.
Oh, it's sick.
putting on the white arms.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You see first of all, you see Boyo
Poor
there in the
people,
middle
man.
of the first one. He's got
Yeah.
both hands missing. I actually have the
Yeah.
exact story of how he lost both hands
Oh,
that we're going to get into. I know that. I recognize that photo. I was like, I know what happened to him. And if you
That's
know,
terrible.
if you notice, those his wounds aren't clean, as if amputated in one shot. And we'll get into that later.
All right, Cody, fun stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Just
Really?
barely getting in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say good on us.
Yeah.
For making the first 40 minutes of this episode pretty funny.
I tried.
because
I tried to balance it.
Not a lot of that happening. for a little bit
I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
the boys need to make jokes somewhere.
Get them in
I
now.
hope they get
That's
them
got
all
dark.
in. So if you thought that was pretty dark, Mike, get ready for this. When a forced public rifleman was realizing he was running low on bullets and he didn't want to be executed himself, he would go on the prowl for children and cut off their hands
Oh my
to
god.
regain bullets. So
What the
and these were,
fuck?
of course, innocent children, and he just run around machete off their hands and be like, "Oh, I killed this one with a bullet. Can I have another bullet?" to replenish his munition supply. So there you go.
That one's a little small. You get half a bullet.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This one's not good enough.
yeah, this one isn't manicured well. Severed hands had another thing they could be redeemed for unofficially and in a horrifying manner. If a subjugated village came under quota for rubber, the export company demanded the slackers to be, quote-unquote, constrained and repressed, and proof of the punishment executed needed to be presented. You know what I mean? So, like, you got someone slacking, kill them, and prove you killed them by bringing me their hand. So, thought experiment, if there were 20 captured villagers and the quota was 10 kilograms per head per day, those villagers were on the hook for 200 kilograms per day. If 185 kilograms would be turned in at the end of the day, the administration would expect 2 severed hands with that rubber to balance the books. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, show me the 2 guys that slacked off are dead.
Dude, I mean, well, he's just taking straight up from the playbook of Christopher Columbus and his sons. Because they used to do that shit. And they were like the first to colonize things.
Yeah.
Because Christopher Columbus rolled up and he's like, yo, dude, you need to bring me X amount of gold on this fucking island that doesn't have gold. And if you didn't fucking bring the gold, he'd chop your hand off.
But this is when Henry Ford and Edison were alive.
Yeah.
This is like the world was turning into a modern age.
Yes.
We had this feeling globally that we left all that terrible shit behind.
Yeah.
And then fucking Leopold rolls in there with ants all over him. Not knowing how to talk to his own wife, going, give us some hands.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even know what hole to put it in, dude. He
Yeah.
probably could have had like 8 sons, but he's been shooting in the anus the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
The fact I like to use is this guy died in the same century millennials were born. So like, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It is
All right.
It is a while ago,
Fucking
but it's
terrible
not
this
that
dude's
while
doing.
ago.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
this system pretty much acknowledged a severed human hand only writes, by the way, as a single day pass on labor. So people realized instead of working all day, I could just show a severed human hand and be like, oh, that guy's dead, and excuse that quota for the day. You know what I mean? So you could either literally slave all day in the treetops getting rubber, or you could flash a severed human hand from somewhere
I'd make a fake one. Just keep showing
out
it.
of the rubber.
Yeah.
So
This rubber hand that's in a fist will be very popular in the late 2000s.
yes, in sex shops.
Innovation right there.
The market for rubber fists.
When you say
was-
fist, you mean
skyrocketed.
kind of like
Yeah, conic fist.
yeah. So tribes resorted to grave robbing and massacring other tribes just to make up the difference in quota. So in Leopold's fucked up business model, human hands are an accepted currency, equivalent to a day of labor over a rifle bullet. So quick, ghastly thought experiment. So let's say you're one of these villagers and you got to bring in 10 kilograms a day. You take your machete into the forest and you begin, scratching up rubber trees and collecting the sap. Once you have enough taps bleeding to make your quota, you take a quick breather and spy a neighbor from the village across the way doing the same just a little bit into the thicket. And you think to yourself, if you go over there and oopsie your machete into his skull, you suddenly have triple your quota for the day. You have your rubber, you have his rubber, and you have his severed hand.
Yeah.
God. Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Where are they doing all these body parts?
Okay.
Like, is someone just like they have all these hands in their like backyard? Or something
Okay,
like
Mike.
that, you
So,
know?
to preserve the rubber hands in the Congo, you'd have to smoke them. You know what I mean? You don't want the hand falling apart before you can flash it to your superior to prove you're doing your job of executing the Congolese. And
Yeah, if you go to Famous Dave's, you'll see why.
So
They just throw it out afterwards. They don't ever do anything with it.
You smoke the hand, you put them in the basket, you show them to your white superiors, and the white superiors, to make sure the hands wouldn't be reused, you know what I mean? So you can't like pick the hand up again and be like, oh, look, I'm doing my job, would feed them to the crocodiles in the Congo River. So it was just literally someone's job to just take smoked hands and just like lop them into crocodile mouths.
That's so sick. This is really sick.
Yes.
Jeez, man.
In to continue, killing that unsuspecting neighbor in the thicket would get you 3 times your quota. And there's also long-term benefits. If you spoofed an execution for your village, your collective rubber quota would go down. So if you were 20 people and you faked one of them dying, all you guys would be responsible for, 190 pounds per day. So and then on top of
making it easy.
Yeah, and on top of that, you potentially ingratiated yourself to your force publique overseer. You saved him the trouble of an execution, you saved him from using a bullet, and you gifted him a handy coupon redeemable for a bullet, a greasing of palms with a severed palm. And without your neighbor harvesting so close to your operation, there would be more rubber in the nature for you to meet your quota and survive longer. So it kind of doesn't make sense to not kill Flanders right now. Fucking kill him and you'll be immensely better off. No.
This is some weird, like, primal, like, disgusting, like, capitalism.
It's like
It's more than
it's
that.
if Jigsaw.
No, but I mean,
from-
brother, if you like, with the way that Leopold is imposing the shit, if you boil everything down, it's the root of capitalism.
Yes.
It's like, why would I not do this when
This
I
is
can
what
do
happens
this
when you
and
take all
lower
the
my
regulations
costs?
off. Yep.
Yeah.
So imagine if Jigsaw from the Saw series was an economics major. This is the shit that would happen.
Yeah.
And this
It's
is
fucking terrible.
it is an atrocity, and that's the word that gets thrown around. So pretty much everyone is killing everyone else to not fucking die, and Leo is collecting paychecks the entire time.
Fucking scumbag.
This bloody pyramid scheme saw many creative enforcements of constraint and repression. And there's a bunch of nonfiction horror stories reported by missionaries and witness survivors. There's an account of 10 men being loaded into a weighted net and just simply thrown into the river. Wives being tied between trees and macheted in half. Men were hanged.
Jeez.
Men were hanged. Women were raped. Children were disemboweled to send a message to uncooperative parents. There's reports of villagers being forced at gunpoint to commit acts of incest just for entertainment of the force publique.
Ugh.
And as to conserve rifle rounds, there's accounts of riflemen lining up condemned prisoners and getting multiple headshots with one rifle round. So they just like, stand here, stand there. One bullet, one trigger pull, 3 executed. That's how they would, save the precious rifle bullets.
Jeez.
So,
Yeah, listeners,
collateral.
I'm still here, by the way. I just don't have anything to
Yep.
say. I'm not-
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Me too.
We'll get back to we'll come. You'll know when it's okay to make a joke again.
I like talking about dicks and pee-pees.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to genital mutilation, Travis.
No, not that
not what I
type of
meant.
dicks and pee-pees. No.
All right, I'll leave that where it was. We'll get to it, though. There's a report of an eavesdropping missionary that overheard 2 Belgian officers aboard a steamer. The officers were making a wager, a 5-pound wager, whether one of them can shoot a native in a canoe that was some distance up the river. It took 3 tries, and the guy was shot in the head. The Congolese was shot in the head, and he collapsed in his canoe, and that drifted downstream. Another grisly report, and this is, by the way, Tom's picture, that middle guy that is neither left-handed or right-handed. This is the story how that guy lost both of his hands. 2 riflemen did not have an edged implement and did not want to use any bullets, so they took turns smashing that guy's hands off with their rifle stocks.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's
dude.
why his cuts aren't clean.
Oh, that's terrible.
Not surprisingly, this took fucking forever, as their superior white boy officer had enough time to pour and enjoy multiple glasses of wine as he supervised this.
This is some sick shit, dude. Belgium,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. Here we go, Travis. This is for you. When some force public riflemen were criticized for only harvesting low-hanging fruits, aka only targeting women and children, the riflemen responded by turning in severed wieners alongside their hands. So it's like, look, we're killing men too, not just children. Come on.
That wasn't for me.
That was for you. In order to survive,
That wasn't for me.
in order to survive a forced public raid, some fleeing villagers waited for the crack of gunfire and timed a dramatic collapse into the grass, convincingly playing dead. It's like, good on you guys.
Smart.
That's what I would do. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Run away, and then when you hear the bullet fire, just drop dead or play dead. The forced public would still need their hands, though. So imagine the poker face required to not flinch and remain playing dead as your right hand was amputated. And that's kind of what that's how these survivors are alive but handless in the pictures Tom posted.
Oh my god.
And in the words of the late great cokehead Billy Mays, but wait, there's more.
Well, thanks for the comic relief.
Yes.
Yeah.
in
It
there.
wasn't terribly funny, but anything is better than this.
Leopold, seeing nothing wrong with what he was doing, decided to roll out a weight-based commission percentage on rubber harvests. So, these maniacs are making commission now. Great.
Wait, the overseers are making commission.
Everyone's making commission now. Well, the overseers have a bulk
okay.
commission, and they're allowed to divvy that up. So, I think
So
it was
they're not going to divvy it up.
Well, they can if they want to. So, the overseers were given 10%, so they could keep 8, and then split up the other 2% amongst the officers to make sure they're doing their shit.
Gotcha.
And
Well,
Leo's
the white people, only white people. Right? The natives aren't making commission.
Well,
no,
they're-
the native force publique may have made commissions. The harvesters themselves, absolutely not.
You're right.
no. What would they even do with that money?
I don't know. They could probably
They don't buy
buy.
anything.
Can't buy prosthetics. They were shit back then. This is before World War I when we invented
true.
prosthetics.
Yep. In Leo's own words, this commission was done in order to stimulate zeal. Okay. So if you thought it was bad earlier, things fucking turned atrocious at this point. Laborers were casually whipped by something called a chicote, and it's the mother of all whips. It's made with tanned rhino hide. You bet your ass that one hurt. And Travis, if you're ready, can you post license and spreadsheets into the chat?
Sure.
Scumbag Leopold began issuing formal hostage-taking licenses to the force publique. It was official stationery that legally empowered the enforcer to take women and children in order to bolster rubber harvest numbers. And Leopold encouraged the force publique to maintain human spreadsheets. The hostage's name, the date they were taken, the name of the loved one to be leveraged, and the balance that needed to be worked off before release was considered was all included on these sheets. Literally,
Damn.
human life being commoditized,
pretty
being
gross.
in bookkeeping, yeah.
What are you guys goofing over there?
No,
I posted dick pic in the chat.
No. We weren't laughing about anything
Yeah,
Cody
okay.
said, but we were looking at the image history that we have in our
Yeah.
Skype and some of the other things that were posted,
Oh.
such as Rob
Louis
Ford.
Armstrong.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong and Rob Ford. So that was a visual stimulus compared to the severed hands that we just were looking at.
No, Cody, I'm glad you
Weird
put in
humor.
all that stuff, but honestly, I just need to step away.
Gotcha.
I don't mean to be.
Gotcha.
It was that's pretty gross.
Hello, welcome back to Human Atrocities Committed on to Other Human Beings. On the topic of human hostages, the force publique had extra incentive to take pregnant or breastfeeding women hostages, as it was kind of 2 for 1 with the hostage deal. The leveraged male had more than one life on the line, so it wasn't uncommon to see roving chain gangs of pregnant ladies. A missionary once asked a villager how many women were taken hostage, and the elder simply replied, "Count sand, white man."
Oh,
So kind of a burn
There's a
slash. It was a two-sided thing. It was like a burn for being white, and it was also like
Well, there's a lot of a sand.
there's a
in
lot
the
of a
world,
sand
so.
is the other part of that.
yeah, hard to
Cleverness
count.
by the elder. Shitty man Leopold also opened up a submarket in the Congo Free State by offering a 90 franc bonus for recruiting able bodies to the force publique. This included children, albeit for a lesser price, and the method of recruitment was entirely unregulated, So don't ask, don't tell, but here's 90 francs. It's more or less Leopold officially condoning forced labor.
All right, I'm not like one of those other guys. I need you to just hang out. I'm going to suck your dick, and then I need you to join Marmy, okay?
Maybe sucking dick.
You're going to join Marmy.
Marmy.
Yeah.
Marmy.
Do you have a straw hut that I could do this in?
Well, also, this is such a free Congo, dude.
Free state, baby.
Pretty free.
Hey.
The rubber harvest, bottom line, was indeed zealously stimulated. Productivity soared. One village's rubber output was recorded as 360 kilos in September. In October, the village collected 1,500 kilograms, and the quota for January was subsequently put at 4,000 kilograms. So 360, 1,500, 4,000.
Damn.
That's 11
That's
times
very
the
unfair.
amount. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A single
Cody, I went into this episode
hands.
thinking we were going to be talking about gorillas that are animatronics.
Nope, not that. Not that Congo, Travis.
All right.
No, sir.
Sorry to disappoint.
This must be quite the curveball to you. Thank you for not turning it off. A single share of this rubber monopoly was originally offered at 4 francs. Shares peaked at 335 francs. So just $1,200 or 1,200 francs of seed money would have made you a millionaire if you're okay with crimes against humanity being perpetrated for profit. So local missionaries started to notice a bunch of involuntary left-handed people knocking around, and we're just like, what is going on here with all this? Yeah. One missionary by the name of Reverend Schulblum first reported the amputation of hands to the civilized world. And another writer by the name of George Washington Williams wrote a public letter calling Leo out. Williams pleaded to America to intervene because America was originally one of the countries that greenlit Leo taking the Congo. So they're just like, do you know what he's doing? You take a look at this, read this, and please fucking do something about this immediately.
Hey, did you guys just do the Emancipation Proclamation? Don't you guys got something to say about this?
You guys got a fax it? Can you Xerox that?
I love how even being like space age technology for 1880s, like that's still no one has a fax machine, just like today. No one faxes. Stop it. George Washington Williams was the guy that reported the 2 Belgians making that 5-pound bet on the steamship to hit the canoe guy. So he's that guy. In an expose, Williams wrote, Leopold is guilty of many crimes against humanity. Kind of an understatement, but hey, this is where that phrase comes from. That's right. Our subject tonight is the very reason the term crime against humanity exists. It was never said before.
Really?
Oh!
So you mean without this asshole, we wouldn't have a game called Cards Against Humanity that I have to keep hearing about? Kids with ass cancer is not that funny.
My brain went to the same place,
Yes,
Tom.
he's
and that's just
responsible.
apples to apples, but they say mean words.
Dirty words even.
Oh, let's dig a hole with your money. Let's give it a charity. You can play the game for free if you got someone else's printer. Yeah, but that is terrible.
Yes.
Also, this guy started crimes against humanity.
No. Well, yes, I thought you said cards.
Well, I didn't
yes,
start
he started
it, but he started the term.
Yes.
The label, yeah.
He is
And,
the reason it exists.
Guess what? The 20th century going to have a lot of them.
Yep.
Damn.
Travis, you want to drop that political cartoon?
A little politique.
Yes,
Cartoon.
I like cartoons. Those are funny.
Yes, it's funny. No one's dying horribly in this one. So that is the iconic cartoon that is going around once Wind of Leopold's gig is up. And just so you know, that's not a snake with Leopold's face on it. That is a rubber vine with Leopold's face on it.
Could have fooled me. He looks like a snake.
Well, I'm sure the similarities were intentional, but the artist confirms that as rubber coils, not a snake. So,
Serpentine to rubber.
yes, Tom, for the people that don't have access to our Skype chat, can you describe that cartoon Travis just posted?
Yeah, so there is what seems to be a well-built African man in a
Yes.
grass skirt fending off like I mentioned, a serpentined rubber vine. It seems to be the head of our subject, Leopold, but
It looks like a
what
comic
we're
book
looking at.
cover.
Yeah, it's a lithographed. The artwork is awesome. Let's check it out. The African man is entangled. He is wrapped in it.
He's fighting, though. He's not giving up.
And he's fighting back. He's doing his best. He's got both hands, so there's some inaccuracy there.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Take it from there.
And another sleuth of the day is named Edmund Dean Morel. And he's an administrative dock worker, and he noticed a discrepancy with the offloading of Congolese rubber. Firstly, the amount of rubber coming in was a huge shitload, like freakishly unexpected and absurd. The compensatory shipment that was being sent back in exchange for the rubber wasn't anywhere near the right dimensions or weight to be considered a fair deal of free people.
Wait, hold on a minute. It's pretty cool that you figured out a way to get these trees to put the rubber on the boats for you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting thing that you was able to do. Oh, wait a minute, you didn't? Oh, okay. So I guess you got a lot of diamonds that you're digging up somewhere else, and you're giving to these people for payment, making sure they're all taken care. No.
Are they the 12-year-olds?
You're chopping off hands.
Yes, the crates going out that were supposed to be payment for this absurd amount, for this literal mountain of rubber, wasn't full of the expected aid provisions, cash crop, precious materials, or manufactured niceties. It was just fucking crates of rifles and rifle munitions. So Morel, being able, the clever cook he is, was able to read between the lines and was just like, I see what's going on here. Like, little guns go out, big rubber comes in. Leopold, you got any receipts? Can we look at your receipts, Leopold?
I'm busy ruling a country. It's new, but it's fantastic. We have chocolate.
Oh, look at this Lee Enfield rifle. It goes out there, and then all of a sudden, a double-headed dildo comes back. Seems like a fair trade.
Unless there was a literal mountain of double-headed dildos, you'd think something was up, as Morel did. Morel found his calling as a pamphleteer. His newsletter was called the West African Mail, and he'd collect missionary accounts of the fuckery afoot and share them with the world, throwing the entire debacle into national spotlight.
Also, with this homie, he was Leopold tried to pay him off.
Yep.
Yeah, Leopold was like, hey, look, I'll give you like a shit ton of money.
Leopold,
I will give you part of this stupid country I got going on. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I'll give you one of these statues of me. It's made of gold. They're everywhere. You can take it. I'll give you one a week. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm rock and roll. That's why.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm not that fucking Woodstock shit. I'm not changing the world by putting fucking Ziploc bags that peanut butter and jelly sandwiches used to be, stuffing that in the fucking bird's nest. I'm doing real shit.
Yeah,
BuzzFeed, go look at history, see what reporting is about.
Yeah, Morel was offered a very lucrative job indefinitely on Leopold's freight lines. He's like, all you gotta do is like open a book every month and you'll get like 2 paychecks. And Morel was just like, nah, I'm writing letters calling you an idiot.
A good man.
Yes, another good man. Well, we'll get back to that in a bit, Mike. Another good man was called Roger Casement, and he took to doing the man on the street style of reporting. He'd actually hoof it through the Congo, recording testimony of the missionaries, refugees, and survivors. Casement blew the whistle to English Parliament. And these guys were good guys, but I think both of them ended up dying by execution for treasonous acts in the First World War.
Yeah, but that's...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so that's here nor there. That's here nor there.
It's give and take. It's give and take.
You got one guy telling it for what it is, sticking it to the man. You got the other guy acting like Alex Jones, #1, showing up at Hillary rallies.
Yeah, so if you want to feel uncomfortable about being an American, just think the two guys blowing the whistle on the Congolese crimes against humanity were on the Kaiser's side for World War I. It's like, did they know something?
Not always good guy, bad guy. You know? You pick a team and you fuck anything.
Yeah, but also look at World War I. Those hats that they wore,
Pointy.
Cool, pointy hats,
not fezzes. They're like fezzes with a boner.
Yeah,
more on hats. All right.
Mike, what do you think about pointy hats? A hat with one stud spike on the top.
You could like headbutt someone in combat, so that'd be good.
That was never used for that.
You're talking about the helmets?
Or you can make a shish kebab.
I was going to say kebabs.
Oh, yeah, kebab.
This is the Roast Mortem Hat Podcast.
Head kebabs.
Put a waffle in the kebab.
Again with the waffles. Always with the fucking waffles here. Some popular writers of the day dogpiled on Leopold, as, writers do. Mark Twain, he got on there. Arthur Conan Doyle got on there. And Joseph Conrad of Heart of Darkness definitely got on board and all poo-pooed Leopold in their respective ways. Now, Leopold responded by ordering his private company to torch everything, African village style. And Leopold retorted, "What I do there is done as a Christian duty to the poor Africans. I do not wish to have 1 franc back of all the money I've expended." Because at this point, he has made 70 million something francs. So he's like, I don't need any more money.
As he's talking and just kind of like shuts the door behind him that has thousands and thousands of smoked hands in it.
What's this about? Nothing.
Wait, so wait, when you said torches everything, you mean villages or torches all the literature that people
All the paperwork.
All the paperwork, just like they
okay.
did the villages. So it's just like,
Okay.
woof. That's why it's so.
What rubber?
That's why I was excited and
Yeah.
excited
What are you talking
to
about?
share the
Here's
human
the problem.
spreadsheets earlier.
Here's
Yes.
the problem is that Leopold invested in rubber and not flubber. Because
Yes.
And he blew
flubber
it
keeps
there.
bouncing.
And I think it's flame retardant.
And you only need 1 ounce to get a
Hard.
millennium's worth of jokes.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Very
Still
funny.
relevant to this day.
And hard. And hard.
Yeah, get hard,
Dude.
man.
I mean, that's... Imagine, I think when Robin Williams died, they encased his body in flubber and just let it go.
I think so.
It might be near Mars now. We don't know.
That's lovely.
Elon Musk might be just trying to reach Robin Williams' body out in the vast expanse of space.
Coated
That's
in
what he's
flubber.
looking for. He
think
just
he has
wants
the
to fucking
secrets.
high five the man.
Yeah, dude.
The man himself. The man who made us smile.
I like how this guy said he was doing the Lord's work.
He's doing the Lord's work, man.
But isn't that like all the shit they like say not to do, like kill people and do terrible shit like that?
Oh, of course.
Very
yes.
good, Mike. Very good. Thank you.
People like hide behind that stuff is
Yeah, the thing is once you get the blessing of the Vatican
Oh, yeah,
and all
it's
the
like
other
swipe under
people,
the rug.
it's like
slap on
if
the
I
wrist.
attack you and I go, oh, yo, that's not even the Lord's work, now I just look like an asshole,
Yeah.
even though I'm
Yeah.
right.
Well, it's
Always
like when you
right.
get the coverage of like the boss bully at school, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like, don't worry, you could do whatever you want. I guess what I have all the ring dings. I get all the honey buns. I'll give
Yeah,
you some.
you used to
okay.
be that guy.
No, that's not me.
That
I
was
used
your
to
mom,
fight
yeah.
the bullies that would go after me because I would hoard all the honey buns.
Yeah,
And I'd
it
be
was
in the
always over
bathroom
honey
trying to
buns.
do a pee-pee, and some man would come up behind me and smack me in the back of the head with a wet paper towel, and
Oh,
then
yeah, I
I would give him
remember
a
this story.
swirly.
True story.
As a retribution. Retribution, sir.
So, unprovoked swirlies, garbage man move.
Yeah.
Revenge swirlies, as Travis is pointing out, it's the Lord's work.
That
the
is the
Lord
Lord's
told
work.
you to give that aggressor a swirly in retribution.
Like,
And you
do you
gave
know
him
when they say Jesus wept? When he wept, it was a urinal.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
is that right?
tears.
Yes.
Speaking to me, Travis.
I know. Thanks,
Preaching.
Mike.
Gospel. It's good.
I'll be preaching with Kanye on a Sunday
Oh, I've heard of
near
him.
you
I've heard of him.
with Joel Osteen.
What?
He's just like the Pillsbury Doughboy with an extra chromosome. Your boy Leopold countered these accusations with bribery and laughably staged propaganda films. Travis, if you could spam the chat with stills from the propaganda showing like, oh, I'm not doing anything. The Congolese love me. Look how prosperous and smiley they are, loving Belgium
So these
rule.
he would
Like,
make
oh,
these
yes.
sweet
Oh
films.
my god.
Look, they're doing arithmetic and
Doing math.
smiling, and white doctors are making sure their hearts are still beating. Look,
This is an adult man. He doesn't need to be at a chalkboard doing 2 + 2. This is degrading.
he's
It
the,
is, it
he's the
really is.
teach Tom.
They didn't show his hands in this one.
That's the teacher. We call that man a teacher.
Oh,
and
forgot.
he's doing arithmetic for the children's in the other photo.
Oh, that makes
Yeah, you
much
gotta
more sense.
You gotta read both of the. You gotta look into both of the photos. So we have this propaganda being like, look, everything's dandy fine in the Congo. They're loving it. They're smiling even. No one's smiling in the Congo.
Well, I like the doctor with the pith helmet on, and there's
Yes.
a guy standing in a void of darkness,
The heart.
and he's like, "Oh, guess what? You have a heart. I didn't think you did because I'm a sadistic white man."
yes. That heart is still beating. I don't know how I feel about this.
So it's true. You are human.
God damn it. So, there you go. At this time, the banana that is the Congo rubber monopoly begins to brown slightly. After 10-ish years, Asia and South America broke the rubber monopoly with their own plantations that began producing rubber. Kind of over. The jig's up. He's found out.
How much of this rubber went to Condangs?
How much?
They didn't have Condangs back then.
They just started to have Condangs,
I want to say
dude.
at least 4.
Four kilos.
4 condoms. Yeah, just...
Oh, four
condoms.
condoms.
Four
at least
condoms?
4. Yeah, at least 4 is what
I'm
gonna
just
venture to
wondering.
say.
Yeah, but they
'Cause,
were
like,
all
they-
thick. They were like the handles of a razor scooter. You know, like just they didn't know how to make it so thin.
Yeah.
It was just like a big sloshy piece of work.
I was going to say a bike handle grip, but
Yeah, something like that.
You nailed it with the razor scooter thing.
Yeah, I think that's right, Tom. Support your troops by giving them razor scooter handles.
They need to have
thanks.
sex wherever they're going.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I'm gonna have sex with something now. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? There's a hole in the end of this. What do you want? It goes right through. I can see through this.
That's why Jimmy over here, your comrade, your brother in arms, he will
Jimmy.
be looking in the hole.
Give Jimmy his hat. So in an attempt to clean Leopold's hands, the Belgium elected government bought the Congo off of Leopold for 50 million Belgian francs in 1908. So it's just like, oh, you fucked up with that. Give me that. I'm going to take this from you. So people say...
Yeah, but also for a sick deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, you done fucked up. Here's 50 billion. Just go chill.
Yeah. 50 million.
Guess
francs.
what?
Go-
You can
go-
take my sick Tech collection that I have. Don't worry about it. Just give me like a TCP/Y.
Oh, sick.
This is where Travis's head goes. Ways to work out his fingers and ways to satiate his creamy appetite.
Don't forget eating soup on convex objects.
Oh, yeah.
The two of you.
Yeah, Mike. Well,
It's
you know what?
convenient.
Guess what? Mike, where do you eat soup this week? I know you put the salad in it, which I'm saying
Yeah,
is
so I had,
good.
I think, a strict
I'm
pizza
sorry.
diet this week. Jeez.
Sorry, I
Sad
even
days.
mentioned it.
You guys suck.
The Congo was no longer private property of the monarch. It was actually a Belgian colony now. Though the Congo changed ownership, Belgium would still do shite things to exploit the Congo for precious metals and gems in the not-too-distant future. But it's totally out of Leo's hands at this point. So
Right. Well, they also had the sweet brother-in-law, England in South Africa,
yeah, they're doing dicks too.
telling them, guess what? You get them diamonds. They got rubber up there. Belgians got rubber, but guess what? Diamonds. So, like, I'm sure Belgium kind of Belgium adopted a similar thing to like Britain.
Yes, it's just
South
European
Africa.
trends fucking
Yeah.
over South Africa or Africa in general. So more, yes.
Oh, sorry. No, continue.
More than the crimes against humanity, the Congo actually suffered greater losses from white boy diseases.
What do you mean? Like what was that one? Affluenza?
Yes.
They were just ramming into each other with their parents' cars.
Yeah, the microbe version of that. Smallpox, swine flu, dysentery, and sleeping sickness all ravaged the Congolese population. Also, famine was a huge problem as gardens and farms were earlier obliterated to create vacant lands. And
That wasn't smart.
No. And all the farmers were previously too busy being slaves, trying to preserve their green thumb and hand in general. The original 20 million population of the Congo was halved by the time Leo relinquished it.
Fuck.
Yikes. And to this day, yes?
Nothing. I just
Yeah. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like
Fucking
that's
A lot of hands.
bunch.
it's crazy that people don't know about this one. That
Yeah.
is- like we
Yes.
talk. Every comedy troupe out there makes Hitler jokes.
This guy was...
Where's the Leo jokes?
This guy was before
You ain't got
Hitler.
balls enough?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Come at us, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
come on.
Belgians.
We're we're breaking ground in the comedy sense.
Yeah.
By barely making it through this episode.
You're welcome. And thanks for the segue. A bothersome amount of Belgians deny, downplay, or play dumb regarding these perpetrations of crimes against humanity. And
Wait,
even-
but
Yes,
but
yes,
hold on. Oh, I might be wrong about this, but doesn't Belgium have this? Also, this might be Denmark. Belgium has like the face person that they do for Christmas. Can we
I don't
look
know
this
about
up?
this. Yes,
Can we look this up?
I don't know anything about this.
There's, and they literally do it today. It's like somebody puts on blackface and it's like, oh, this is Saint Nicholas's fucking housekeeper or some shit.
Well, okay. While we're researching this, I will tell you a similar story about Antwerp. Antwerp is named off of a legend regarding a giant and a Roman soldier. The giant was prone to cutting off the right hands of his victims. So it's kind of, and in Antwerp they still have souvenirs of severed right hands. Doesn't really have anything to do with the Congo, but it shows their racial insensitivity. There is even candy shops that sell confectionery chocolate hands. So they're made of chocolate and they're brown and they're severed hands, but all the Antwerpians, I guess that's what they're called, are just like, no, that's just chocolate, and it's the severed hand from the legend of the giant and the Roman soldier. Nothing to do with the Congo. So
Sure,
they're that much in denial about it. And
Oh man.
so what were you saying about blackface? Did we find dig anything
Okay,
up on that?
so no, it's the Netherlands, but they have this thing called Black Pete, where they put blackface on, and they're like, oh, this is fucking Saint Nick's fucking friend, the black guy.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah,
neighbors,
there
right?
he is.
They're neighbors. They might
Netherlands,
have
yeah.
borrowed some racism.
Told
Yeah, they
the
share a
same
border.
joke.
That's actually
Yeah.
it's an unprotected border too.
So they're
Oh
definitely
wait,
at each
no,
other's
actually,
barbecues.
hold on. It says also in Holland. It says the holiday is celebrated on the 6th of December in Belgium.
You just said the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
wait?
that's Holland
Netherlands-
as well.
What?
That is also Holland. Are you just?
No. I said the holiday is also celebrated on December 6th in Belgium.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Oh, I
Still
thought
racist.
I just thought you had a moment realizing the Netherlands and Holland were the same thing.
Oh no.
Okay, I thought you went full smooth brain.
I
on
almost was smooth, but they also celebrate
smooth.
this fucking Black Pete shit
Ah.
in Belgium. Like, look it up. It's
I'm looking
it's
at it right
crazy.
now. It's the best thing ever. Maybe this is where Justin Trudeau was when he was taking those pictures, participating in local customs.
It's fine over here.
Yeah, it's look at all these people in blackface. But this
It's
is
crazy.
nothing compared to the atrocities of cutting people's hands off.
No, I know, but the fact that this is still normal over there in Belgium, like they do it every December 6th, it's like, all right, guys.
Let's do it again.
All right, yeah, no, I mean they should probably not do that. It's definitely not in good taste. But
Yeah.
from hands to this, they've come a long way in 100 years.
Yeah,
guess
it's
so, yeah.
it's a big leap, but only because they started in quicksand.
Yes, you're right. Knock it off, boys.
Yeah. You didn't jump 20 feet to another story. You just jumped 20 feet out of a ditch.
Yeah.
Not to be some SJW shit, but honestly, a lot of traditions are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need to do them. Like, if they're really gonna bother people, just stop. Yeah. If you're pulling out the tradition card, maybe doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, like I
think
don't want
about
to
it
say
first.
bless you every time someone sneezes. Fuck yourself.
Gesundheit.
You're
I tried to
spreading
Gesundheit.
disease.
All right, that's not exactly where I was going with it.
Don't
But
sneeze around Travis. He'll punch you.
yeah.
I like Columbus Day in school because you got off on it.
Yeah.
Now I don't
but
get off on it
genocide.
anymore, so I'm just like, it's pretty bad. you know?
We should just really call that Italian Day because
call it different
we got
day.
pizza
Yeah.
that Italians did a lot of good things over here. We don't really need to talk
I'm
about.
sure
the
one of them did
genocidal
something
maniacs.
good on that day in the past.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Sorry. I derailed with Black Pete.
No, because it's
Black Pete is a hilarious no-no.
We'll segue right back into my point, and even native Congolese are still ignorant about this, even up until like 1885. The documentary I was watching of the BBC, like, armed someone with a picture of Leopold and like went to the Congolese village and was just like, does anyone recognize who this guy is? And like a village elder was just like, I know who that guy is. That's King Leopold II of Belgium, and he's the great guy that civilized the Congo and brought us prosperity. So even like, the people whom these crimes against humanity was perpetrated unto are drinking the Kool-Aid because, It's how it is.
Better, or else.
It's just so much easier to believe that people are good.
It really is. You don't have to do anything. You can just stay in your lazy boy ferret guillotine and comfortably watch, the football game. If
Just
you believe
remember
everyone's
that.
good.
Just remember that in the 2020 election.
Shut up.
The racist prick Leopold still wanted to make a few bucks off of the Congolese. We're done with chopping him up, though. Thank God. Holy shit. He offered safe refuge and transport to 200 Congolese villagers to greater society, a.k.a. Belgium. And he probably... Yeah. What's up, Tom?
Sorry for killing 10 million of you.
Yes.
Would perhaps 200 of you
267
like to come to my house where you could stay outside?
So wait,
terrible.
are you just telling me that Leopold II is Regis Philbin?
I don't know why. What did
Who
Regis
wants to
do?
be a millionaire? Guess what? I got a lot of money. I'm Regis Philbin. Remember me from Regis and Kathy Lee? Would you like to be a millionaire?
That analogy doesn't even make sense.
They
No,
weren't
it
giving-
does. Regis Philbin is a criminal.
Tom, what was that about making the Congolese sleep outside? Oh, thank you for the segue.
Yeah, I was helping you out, Cody. I'm here. I'm using my diving board nose, as did Leopold
There
when
you
his
go.
mother reminded him of how ugly he was.
Every Friday, it was ritualistic and sadistic. Those 267 Congolese villagers that Leopold saved were promptly thrown into a human zoo, where Belgians flocked to gawk and throw peanuts and bananas at them.
Oh, look, it's fucking Black Pete, Santa's buddy. Let's
Yeah.
throw bananas at him.
Don't forget the peanuts. He set up
Dude,
grass
that's
huts.
terrible.
Yeah. He set up grass huts, basic gardens, and fences for the exhibit. Just so you know, Belgium and the Congo are on very different latitudes and have very different seasons. This nuance must have escaped Leopold, as 7 Congolese died of pneumonia the first winter. So just like,
Yeah.
oops,
Yeah.
forgot.
We don't put humans in cages. That's the moral of the story.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you are. It's
Yeah.
going to get cold. It's going to get too hot. Don't put them in cages.
Okay.
Unless they're,
Unless if you're at a 50s swanky party and they are wearing scantily clad clothes and they are doing a scantily clad dance.
Oh, go-go dancers?
Yeah.
or tried prisoners.
Fairly
yeah.
tried prisoners would work, yes.
Fairly tried prisoners.
But they also
Yes.
get heat.
Like people who do illegal stuff, like smoke weed, throw them in there.
Yeah, but those gentlemen, those weed criminals get heating.
Yes.
That's true.
HVAC.
Yes.
Okay. So feel free to make jokes again. We're out of the thick of it.
Wait, can I
Thank
pee?
God we were,
Yes.
we were
Yes.
limbering
Reset.
up. I don't know if you caught any of those funnies
good,
we threw
good.
in there.
Yes. We're clear. We're in the clear. We can make jokes again. We're done with the human mutilation and suffering.
Yeah.
Oh, we're it's okay now to make jokes?
I just needed to get past the human zoo, and now there's jokeable stuff again.
Well, okay, so audience, sorry if you were laughing really hard at some things I said before.
Yeah.
Before this point, but now
No,
we can
there
be
was
funny again.
there was a safe zone before.
Cody, maybe they were laughing really, really hard and intensely at some of the things that I didn't mean to be funny.
Yeah, I intentionally designed this episode to be a shit sandwich.
Well,
Like you got a croissant, you got a turd, and then you got the other half of the croissant. And we're in the
Delicious.
second half of the croissant right now.
if you were laughing at the things Cody was talking about, you're a
those weren't the
terrible
jokes.
person.
Yeah, those weren't. I wasn't telling jokes. I'm the guy reading slides. So
Well, and if there is anyone out there who is laughing, thanks for listening.
yeah, patreon.com/roastmortemcast. All right, second half of the croissant. We're good here. Leopold enjoyed his financial success and bought many nice things, including lands, ornate architecture, and a 16-year-old French hooker. The two met in 1899 and would be together for the rest of Leopold's life. Said gold digger's name was Caroline Lacroix. And Travis, if you could spam the political cartoon depicting Caroline Lacroix.
Was
and Mike.
her family the
I don't know.
LaCroix Empire? That
It's spelled
we know
exactly
today?
like that. Mike, how about you paint that one for the people that don't have our Skype in front of them?
Well, from what I see here is a bald gentleman grabbing some very large boobies.
Yeah.
From behind, Mike.
From behind. And
Yeah.
And who was that guy in the background?
He looks like a friar or someone
Yes.
from the
He's
church.
like,
Very good.
oh shit!
He's like, oh, I'm going to tell on you.
So we have Leopold in the middle there, groping Caroline's French boobies, and behind him is a man of the cloth. And if you don't read French, the translation of the caption is, "Sire, at your age?" And Leopold's character retorts, "You should try it yourself."
Hey, not bad.
No, he's a horn
Not
dog.
big.
He's a horny dog.
Horn dog.
She's totally legal because I bought her.
She looked into it.
I mean,
Consent.
would you be into it if a king wanted to touch your boob?
Give me lots of money, yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly
right?
what happened. She was gifted money, land, and even a noble title. Caroline gave birth to 2 bastards that were, in all likelihood, Leopold's own semen demons.
I like that.
Yeah? We can make jokes again. We're out of it, baby.
Yeah, semen demons.
Semen demons. The Belgian people fucking hated Caroline for obvious bilking reasons. In 1902, aged 67, Leo had survived an assassination attempt. Who would want to kill this great guy? It's like, what?
Well, definitely not the people from the Congo.
Yeah, I don't think that they could hold a sniper rifle. That's the
Oh,
only
jeez.
problem.
I wasn't going there.
Come on.
Zingo!
Foul play. Foul play.
Who made that joke? Mike, you're an asshole.
Not me.
1902.
Somebody did, and they're going to answer when it comes time to talk to St. Peter.
Yes.
St. PP, as I
He
call
has
it.
access to all of your Snapchats, Michael.
It wasn't me.
While a memorial procession was in progress in the memory of recently deceased Mary Henriette, Leo's first waifu, an Italian anarchist shot at Leo 3 times. The burst missed Leo and promptly embedded itself into Count de Ultramont's chest, who was sitting directly next to Leo in the vehicle.
Not Ultramont.
Yes, that one.
He's a
He
fighting.
is superior Mont. He is the number 1 Mont I've ever met. Mont met Ultramenting Mont.
Ultramont.
Yeah, he's a fighting robot. Ultramont.
yes. He comes apart, especially under gunfire.
Yeah, he's just like one of us, really.
The Count would eventually survive his gunshot wounds. The would-be assassin was tossed in jail for the remainder of his life, and upon surviving the attack, Leopold exclaimed, "If fate wants me shot, too bad."
All right, dude.
Cocky dick.
Various European leaders, including the Pope, telegrammed in, saying how grateful they were that Leo was still amongst the living.
Oh, thank God for you, sir. Thank God. Bless your fucking heart.
How would the world
Well,
be
that's-
without a man like you?
That's always like.
Killed 10 million people.
There'd be 10 million more Congolese. Thank you, Mike.
I mean, that's
A lot
always
of
like.
mouths to feed.
That's always like, regardless of what gift you get from like your birthday or Christmas, like you have to write a thank you note.
I hate that.
Like you just have to.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the croutons you gave me. These are great. I put them on a
You
Caesar
got
salad.
croutons for Christmas?
I don't write fucking thank you notes. What the fuck is this shit?
I hate it.
I didn't ask for anything.
Why do
This
I
is
don't owe you
called.
shit.
This is called being a gentleman.
That boy is so gentle. No, sir. He's a man that's gentle.
Yeah, I want to be gentle with everything, especially
There you
men.
go.
All right, well, go shave your entire body just so that rough hair doesn't get everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
And just have your general bald
Yes.
squishiness exist.
Get to alopecia and come back to me, boy. Suffering from old age and natural deterioration of health, Leo lay on his deathbed. His ex-hooker of a mistress suggests they get married while he's in the middle of dying.
Only live once.
Woohoo! Woo, fucking
Well,
woo.
Would you like me to pretend to give you a blowjob? Will that help you make up your mind?
Do it without the puff garden, please.
Everyone stay. Watch me die and get blown into heaven.
You gotta look me in the eye.
His old man's twitching dick while some 19-year-old just blows air on it.
Yeah, is that rigor mortis or an erection? I can't tell. Poke him in the eyeball again. They were secretly married during a quiet religious ceremony 5 days before the king's health would take a turn for the worse.
Ain't
This
that a
is-
shame?
Yeah, this is like some Anna Nicole Smith type shit. Just like, oh, he's dying. Let's get married.
I truly love him.
Oh, he has so much money. Oh, it's okay. I guess.
It's romantic how much money he has.
Yeah, get my titties. Love that money.
The government of Belgium ruled the marriage as invalid because it was carried out in secret and it was a religious union/ceremony, not a civil one, which, is what the government needs. There were a bunch of witnesses to the marriage, but no official paper trail. So those two bastards Caroline escorted out were not entitled to the Belgian crown in any way, shape, or form. You lose being king.
Sucks.
Mike, ask me how he did.
How's this boy die?
King Leopold II, King of Belgians, died December 17th, 1909 of natural causes. Too good for him. And since Leo's only son fell into a lake and died of pneumonia at the age of 10, Belgian crown was passed to Leopold's nephew, Albert I, or as I like to call him, Albert. You don't get fucking numbers when you're the first one.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It just
I'd be Travis the first.
I'm Mike the first.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, Travis the first.
I'm not calling you any of that.
You have to call me Travis the first now.
Never.
That's my new name on the show.
Never. I will die on
Travis
this
the
hill.
first. Yeah. Well, I got bad news for everyone at home. Next episode, no Travis.
Maybe.
There will be no first.
Do you remember, all right, my birth is actually documented. It was done in cartoon. And unfortunately, there was a baboon. They didn't do the human person, but there's a baboon holding me up over this rock. They called it Pride Rock. And they were like, Travis the First is born, and all the animals bowed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the baboon mushed mango juice onto your face and it
that
stung
happened.
your eyes.
Dude, that happened. I didn't even want it, dude. I don't know. I didn't want it, but that's what happened.
Congratulations. Look at where it's got you.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
Leopold's legitimate biological daughters were very annoyed when hooker Caroline was willed a large fortune by Leo. The Belgian princesses attempted to wrestle away the willed fortune from hooker stepmom with no success. And the thing was, at the time, these legitimate children of Leopold's, these daughters, these princesses, were married at the time to foreign princes. So Leopold, not wanting to give all of his hard-earned fortune away to foreign governments, was just like, my daughters get nothing.
What a weenie dick.
Yeah, so
All right.
his money went back into Belgium, the state, and they built many a nice museum. And I don't have a picture of it, you can Google it, but one of the museums has him in gold statue form with a halo, and he's just holding on to two weary, starved Congolese children, keeping them safe. And it's just like, oh,
That's not true.
It's still there?
but it's actually being contended to take it out of there and fill the museum with more art from Congolese-born.
Yeah, more pictures, more pictures of Black Pete, please.
I'll take that over the gold statue.
Don't destroy it.
Well, yeah.
No.
Know about it.
Relabel it to something like, that was made when we wasn't thinking too straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is shit.
It happened,
Yeah,
Yes,
have a
it
shit
happened.
wing of the museum and put all of these exhibits there.
So
Yeah, we think better now.
yeah, I mean, in the wise words of Smash Mouth, where you can relate things back,
Oh, yeah, totally.
right? So they say all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. So the
Oh, it
shooting
rhymes even.
star is progression. It breaks
Yes.
the mold
Totally
off that
see what you're
section.
saying.
Progression. Before Leo died, he asked for a closed invitation funeral, and as a mild fuck you, the Belgian government was just like, no, you get a public funeral, and your procession goes down very municipal roads. Come on, you're the second king of this country. That's what you.
And what do you
get.
know? It's Free Tomato Day.
Oh, look at this. That one's really ripe. Oh, squish it. And as Tom hinted, his dumb corpse was booed the entire procession.
Yeah.
Boo, bad man.
Which is great. It's actually pretty interesting that they all booed him at the time, because then right after they tried to whitewash the
They
whole thing.
forgot immediately after he was in the
Yeah.
dirt. Like, who? We did what? No, our kings were not megalomaniacs that killed millions of people.
They
No,
remembered it,
no.
but then they were like, wow, there's a lot of ants around this corpse. We should maybe forget about this.
Who?
Yeah.
The fucking ants.
Yeah, it's fucking ants. God
Well-
damn it.
So there you have it. King Leopold II, King of Belgians. the sole sovereign of the Congo Free State. Greedy fucked that indirectly committed arson, abduction, murder, rape, torture, mutilation of hands, cocks, balls, and tits, slavery, bribery, dissemination of propaganda, and destruction of evidence, all rolled into one. Keep in mind, he's the reason we have the phrase crimes against humanity. And, ready for a hot take? At the risk of defending a perpetrator of these atrocities, Leopold never directly ordered the severing of hands, nor did he condone it. Quote, cut off hands? That's idiotic. I'd cut off all the rest of them, but not hands. That's the one thing I need in the Congo. So, it's not actually him saying,
asshole.
do it. He didn't actually say, go cut off hands. He just made this beast of a machine that took on its own life. He made it his own Frankenstein that got up and started taking hands off of other people. So it's like a weird...
But guess
like,
what?
Oh, it's
Played
human
out
nature.
that way.
Guess what, Leopold? Ghosts don't exist. There's no such thing as a ghost army. So,
No, paramilitary.
yeah.
But
So, guess what? If you just have hands, you need the bodies to grab things. You need bodies and souls, right, to grab things.
Yeah.
Ghosts,
Wow,
ghosts
what a
can't do that.
revelation there. Possibly the only thing, subject, that would have got my mind off my yacht rock career.
there you go.
So,
Thank you,
I'm
ninnies, for
upset.
hanging in there.
yeah, thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Both of you that hung on this entire episode.
It's got kind of dark. I actually want to admit something to the show. In this last burst towards the end here, I might have
Yes.
sharded myself.
Did you?
Yeah,
you on
it's
camera
kind of
for that?
stewing right now. It's
Oh,
stewing
okay.
a little bit.
So, those of you with strong wills that made it through the episode, thank you very much.
You're smarter.
We are Roast Mortem. We are here to serve or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Tell you about bad people.
Yeah, so why don't you do the old following us on whatever,
Here and there.
Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Also, patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
That's the
It's an
most
excellent
important
place.
one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great place to lose money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You will not be sorry.
Nope.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
almost threat-like.
You will not be sorry.
No.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good time.
Yeah. So,
Very good time.
Mike, thanks for making it this week. I know it's been rough.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
a pretty sick boy.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
get knocked down and get back up again, you know.
That's
right.
It all goes back to
It's a good
dude.
note to leave this podcast.
Congo,
episode,
the
Mike.
Congo will get knocked down, but it'll get up again.
Yeah, Congo Wonga.
Yeah.
Congo Wonga. All right, bye.
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 Thank you,
Danky
Shane.
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 Ding, Jane.